Okay, at least this one has a nice quiet title screen, unlike Ark, which just is so goddamn loud you gotta yell over it. But today I'm going to be playing Destiny for basically the first time. Yes, I did play it in 2021 briefly, and it was sort of the inspiration for the series in the first place because it's the same way that I played Anthem, where it's like it's the first playthrough, obviously Permadeath as well. But like I play it more like a single player story game, so I'm going to avoid multiplayer stuff as much as I can unless it forces you to do it. We'll see what we can avoid. Like in Anthem, I did it solo, hard mode, single player, everything just to beat the campaign. So getting to max level, that in itself is the game. That's the whole point of it. So the backstory to this is just in 2021, I did, when I just come back to streaming, I was like, you know what, let me just try my Xbox, something on my Xbox Series S, which I just happened to have. My friend gave it to me for like $100 because he had an extra one or whatever. And so it was just sitting there. So I'm like, oh, why don't I just try it and see what it's like to stream on console? Because I almost never do that. And now I have two console series going at once. Imagine that. Arc, obviously, on Sunday and this, but so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just try it. And I think even then I streamed from the console itself. Obviously now I'm using a capture card, but basically I just tried it, and a lot of people were telling me, oh, don't play it, it's garbage. So there's a lot of negative sentiment towards this game and towards Anthem, but I enjoyed both. Obviously Anthem I beat, this I just played briefly, but I enjoyed both of them and got immersed in the sense of, again, playing it like a single player story game. Doesn't mean they're perfect, but there's at least something to it. Maybe it's just the way I play stuff and take my time that's conducive to that, but people don't even consider playing games like this that way, which is, you know, you just want to rush ahead, do the multiplayer. I'm at least going to avoid it for the sake of this playthrough. Sometimes you were like in these open areas, like you're doing a mission, but you would be forced to have other people around, so they could help you, they could maybe hurt you, grief you, troll you, aggro something high level and pull it to you or something. You know how we see in MMOs, people try to do stuff like that, but to the best of my ability, at least I'll try to avoid any interaction. And so what all did I do in it? Basically just, I did the tutorial. I'll start a new character, but you'll see the one that's there. And it's possible I didn't die in that playthrough either. So just for the purity of, you know, permadeath, if I die, this isn't like Ark where, oh, I get to start on day one again. Like if I'm on day 100, I can still keep playing. The series continues, but I have to start on day one. So you still lose a lot of progress. Here, if I die, the series is over. I'll move on to something else is done. It's not like one life per character per class or something like that. Even like in Anthem, I even gave myself a lifeline. Like I died on the Storm, but then I get another try on the Ranger just to whatever pad the series. And who knew that would have made all the difference, because the Storm was just so goddamn squishy at the beginning. So what else? I played it a little bit. I didn't like that little, story criticism here. I didn't like that little AI buddy with you, the little floating robot thing. It's like they were trying too hard to make it funny, or like GLaDOS or something, but it wasn't funny enough, or they didn't commit to it enough. Like it tried to be a little serious and a little funny. You got to go like one extreme or the other, and it was just kind of fell flat. There's that one line that I really made fun of that I'm surprised isn't more memed on in general, like you pick up this legendary sword artifact. That might be about as far as I got. And you're using it for that particular mission. And you pick it up, and I wanted to make like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thumbnail for it. Like, this sword is, or its power is, ... And then you could put like a professional screenwriter wrote this line. So what word would they use to describe it? Like morbid or decrepit or anything. But it just says dark. Its power is dark. Like, no shit, but like, come on. That's the best they can come up with. So sometimes the writing in these games isn't that good. Anthem was kind of middle of the road, obviously. I think part of it is just people's expectation for these games is so high. I know people love part 2, but I can save that for another time, or I could do that on my Saturday format. But this is meant to be just a full committed series. And of course, the Thursday slot is almost meant for more like story RP type stuff, like how I was doing with WoW. I don't know how much potential for RP there is here, but at least like with Anthem, I'll take my time. And obviously Anthem took after this game a lot, it seemed like, just in the sense that, or they even tried to distinguish themselves, like you're in this game, you're in third person in town and in first person in combat, and I don't think you can change that. Whereas in Anthem, they kind of want to stick it to them. Oh no, we're not like Destiny, so you're in first person in town and third person in combat. Like they just reverse it to try to distinguish themselves, maybe. And what else? You can't fly in this game like that. That was the one good mechanic there. I don't know what class I'll even play as. Probably something different as what I was doing before, which I forget even what that was. But yeah, it's interesting how this game gets a lot of flack sometimes, but a lot of people love part 2, so that's interesting. And this is a series that at least justifies being done on console, or at least maybe now there's some other way to play it, like on PC. But when back then, 2021, obviously it was console exclusive, so there was no other way to play it. It's almost one of those things you would worry about might go offline, so that would be part of the reason why I would feel pressured to play it, which I hate that, but you know, it'll just, next year it's gone and then you'll never get to do it. Not that I know that, but you would think they would still make it available to play just for, again, the single player purpose. But once the server shut down on something like this, they could just upend the whole thing. You never know. So what else was there? Yeah, it's going to be slow, sort of story-based, immersive, whatever. Again, you could say it's a little disingenuous to call it first playthrough, but I guess the main thing is if I had died in that one, then it feels a little bit less authentic. Maybe there's some way you can check that too, like check the character stats. I almost feel like I didn't die, but obviously we'll just start fresh. And obviously I didn't beat the game or get that far in, so it's totally fine. And I only get one try here. And then what else? There was this sense of bullet sponginess maybe to some of the encounters, so that could be difficult. Like I will play it on the hard difficulty or whatever the highest is that allows me to do. And then there was one thing I encountered, I think only once, but at like level 10 or something, it said you can do this like boss encounter where you're playing with like 2 other people. So I don't know if it forced me to do that or if I just chose to do it, but I guess if it does make you do those, that'll still count if I die. But the one exception could be like you're doing the encounter, but you can get down, but the encounter goes on. So if you still win the encounter, or they can like revive you, so only if you fail the encounter completely and all 3 of you die together, then it should count. But if I get down and then they revive me or they still beat the thing, it's like a little mini boss or something, then I think it shouldn't count for that context. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Although people would say that's the whole point of the game and you're missing out on the best experience, because this has raids and all that kind of stuff. And what else? I'll try to avoid multiplayer stuff. I'll try to do it, you know, completionist, get to max level, which I don't even know what the max level is. As far as like the DLC and expansions and stuff, I don't know how that factors in. Like I'll try to do it just, I don't even think I even have those because I got it, you know, well, I mean, obviously they would have been out, but I just got like the base game. Whatever, just a vanilla classic campaign experience, which again, might not be written at the highest level, but is still somehow I find a way to enjoy these. So people's advice on both of these were kind of wrong for my purpose. Not that I loved Anthem that much, but at least gameplay wise, mechanically, it was fun. So a madman tries to make these into single player experiences when they're clearly not meant to. Well, I wouldn't even say not meant to be, but they're not typically approached that way. What else was there? Oh yeah, there's like this orb item that sort of validates that point too. I go in and they give me this orb that's like, use it to get to max level, like instantly. So you can just play the real game and get to the rating and other content. But the problem with that is, you know, and people were even telling me just use that. But like, that's the whole point, is at least the first time. I can understand, okay, you want to try a different class, or you've already done it on some other console. Well, you can't even do that. But whatever. You want to do it once you've experienced the game a lot. But here, or you haven't played in a while and you have a different account and you want to catch up, they give you an orb that just boosts you, like a lot of these games do now. MMOs even do that. So just skip to max level and just do the rating or do the most recent content. But what value is that when you've never played the game before in the first place, right? That's my whole point. It's new to you. It's like you're watching some old black and white movie from the 1930s and it's like, oh, it's so old, why would you watch that? But if you haven't seen it, it's new to you. So it's the same thing here. It's new to me in the sense that I've never done even the base experience. So why would I just skip ahead? Even if you say it's not good, then the conclusion there would be, okay, it's not good, so then I won't do it at all. I'll just play something else. But if I'm gonna do it, I'll do it, you know, thoroughly. And like with Anthem, I even left it hanging where, like, since I beat it now, I could maybe do some of the multiplayer stuff, but you know, I never actually did that. I could make like a little mini series out of it. I could do it on my like Saturday format of the Permadeath Gauntlet. Like each javelin gets like 1 life. So yeah, this one kind of deserved a little bit of an intro. I'm trying to think what else was interesting about that past experience. Just, it was sort of on a whim. I just kind of left it hanging. I was mainly doing it just to test my console and see how it would be to stream from that. And again, it was a game that didn't meet much enthusiasm with respect to playing it like that, but it's an interesting way for me to go about it. Even the screen is dimming because I'm going on so long. And yeah, I wish maybe I could see like whether that character died or not. Maybe I didn't, but again, it doesn't matter. Or if I did, I should just delete it on the spot. Or who knows, the servers might already be offline, but that can't be. Or it wouldn't need to be online, it would just need to give me my own dedicated committed thing. What Arc does with that is actually pretty good, is that it lets you sort of host your own server, so you're the only one there. So even if the servers were offline, you can even pause it too, so you're not really always online. Sign up and we'll send some awesome challenges. No. So it should go to the character screen though, right? Because I had, or maybe because I deleted it, it won't. Oh yeah, here we go. Warlock, Hunter. I think I made those just for the heck of it. But obviously those, let's just delete. Maybe I won't delete that first one just because, whatever. I'm not going to use it for the purpose of this series, but, and I would almost think to continue from it, but just because it's been so long, clearly the story deserves another look, and it deserves to be done authentically just within the context of, through, you could just trust that, oh, I hadn't died, but even I don't remember to that point. I could look in some sort of character stat, but I'll just do it fresh with a new character. And maybe I'll even do the same. Well, that would feel like cheating because I don't know. I forget what the classes even are. There I had a moment that kind of scared me. It said I'm using my console base doesn't have enough space because I have Arc and that's like 200 gigs by itself. So that almost takes up the whole thing. It said, oh, your store. Yeah, here. You had to quit your game. The game storage device was disconnected. So basically, this might not actually work because what if that happens in a high stakes situation? So it's going to fuck it all up. Attention, Destiny servers were not available. Dismissed as mentioned. Why is everything messing up on me? First, it was the storage card. If I die because of something like that, it'll still count. Even if their servers go out and then I die because of it, that'll still count, right? Even if it's clearly not my fault. So this is already cursed from the beginning. How amazing. I don't think the servers are officially meant to be down, period. Or in fact, we just saw our character screen. I don't really remember much of the story anyway. The level 14, I don't know what the max level is. I almost feel like it was 50, at least in maybe the base iteration, but obviously 14 is not as crazy as it seems, although maybe I always underestimate how much I've actually played. I almost want to do the same one again, because you do have like a lot of interesting abilities, and it's like my whole mage mindset. Striker, smash the ground and dissolve enemies. Now we know how well this went with respect to if the tank class, like the Colossus was so easy in there in Anthem, even though you're playing solo. Smash the ground and dissolve enemies in Maelstrom of Arc Light. But yeah, I think that is maybe one of the problems as you go on too. You'll have like 2 or 3 core abilities. Maybe Anthem feels like that too, and that's it. Right? It feels like it should keep expanding in the way that like an MMO would do, where you have like 4 taskbars and stuff. Oh wait, I forgot. It's on console. That's why they couldn't even think of doing that. You're an armored engine of war. Control any battle with strength and strategy. I don't want to do this one though, just for that reason alone. Shape Void Light into an indestructible shield to protect you and your allies from harm. Sunbreaker, Forge Solar Light into an unstoppable. Flaming Hammers that blast away enemy defenses. Like, wow, every 10 levels you get 1 new ability, and those will be the only 3 that you ever get, right? That might be the impression that you have here. I maybe would even do this just because, you know, this is what I would normally do, but I guess since I already did it, maybe there's nothing wrong with doing it, right? Because it's not like I remember anything, and it's just like at least I have the honor to restart it. That's the one that I really wanted to do. You're a master of the frontier. Stalk and kill your enemies with ruthless precision. Gunslinger, summon a flaming pistol which disintegrates enemies with solar light. Smash the ground. I'm just trying to see if they're all like in the same theme of stuff. Like they'll be exactly the same ability, but just with some element difference or something. Blade Dancer, charge your blade with arc light. Consume your foes with lightning. Night Stalker, draw a void light bow to hunt and trap foes and lead your allies safely through the darkness. Well, anything to do with allies is useless anyway, but I don't know what the best solo class would be considered to be. You might not think it should be the tank, but sometimes it is. The universe bends to your will. Manipulate its energies to annihilate your foes. Voidwalker, hurl an explosive bolt of void light at the enemy, disintegrating those caught within the blast. Sunsinger, fill yourself with solar light, dramatically increasing the effectiveness of all your abilities. That's kind of a boring, like, passive type ability, though. Stormcaller, channel Arc Light to levitate off the ground and unleash torrents of lightning from your hand. Oh yeah, the Storm totally copied this. And since I didn't get that Storm experience there, I guess we kind of have to do it. No, you know, I can't decide. You know what? I'll do this just out of respect for the fact that kind of a hard decision. This would be the one that I want, but since it's different, I don't know. This just seems boring. No, I'll still do this. Almost feels fitting to be a female character. There's all kind of theories that people have as to like why. That's what we were doing before. Basically, I almost want to do the same thing again, the same character, but actually do the whole game now. It's not even like, oh, I died at level 14, so that's why I stopped, clearly, because I wouldn't have died at all. You know, like, oh, they make them look like their girlfriends. What if you don't have a girlfriend? Or, oh, they're doing it to, like, it fits with certain classes, maybe. You think of mages like that, sorcerers. Or some games actually force you in that regard, like Lost Ark. You can only play as a mage, as a female character. Right? Certain ones it would restrict, certain ones it wouldn't. I just kind of want to randomize it. Does it change every time? I don't really care too much about the appearance. You'll only be able to see it in town. Or yeah, see, I even was playing it like really slow paced that way. I would kind of sit around in town and just kind of look at the sights. It was kind of a nice perch and just look through the inventory and just take it really, really slow in a way that pissed people off, of course. What if I leave it and then come back? Would it... I just want to keep doing default ones that are different, but it won't let me. Can't remember what the other one looked like. I don't know if this is like the base default one that you would see no matter what. I rarely go through these character creation things and actually look at everything. Right, like I'll just go with some random appearance and act like, you know, that's organic. Oops. Yeah, and of course this is sort of a scuffed menu where it feels like, wow, this is a cursor, like it should be a mouse, but... I mean, that could pass off like it's just a helmet anyway, or I should actually read all this stuff too. No. Tell me what a race and a gender is in this controversial day and age. Did have trouble even putting a description for that. Or yeah, this game has that duality. See how you could cancel this game because there's only two. Wow, what a controversial stance. You are human, hardy, and adaptable. Your ancestors rose from the earth to build an age of miracles. You are awoken, marked by the cosmos. Your ancestors took shelter in deep space, and it changed them forever. You're an exo, a self-aware war machine built for a long-forgotten struggle. I do think I want to do this one. Human's kind of boring. This one feels like it doesn't really fit with my particular class. Oh yeah, that's the one I wanted, right? That's kind of what I looked like before. To kind of fix itself. In fact, I'll just go with that. Unless there's something here that I want. Sometimes I am known for going for like the most basic appearance and stuff like that possible. Like in WoW, I would just go with the human over and over and over because not because I didn't want to try other races, but just because I don't know, you almost don't, you want to save them. Like, oh, I'll play the more interesting ones later, and then I never end up doing it. But Activision, isn't it Bungie though? Yeah, there you go. You ask and you receive. Of course, I've never played any of the Halo games either. There's so many good series I can do with that, but I guess what I'm trying to get to the point is where I can actually complete them anymore because I've kind of lost my touch with something where a first playthrough is no longer, you know, I would do them all in this format. I don't remember it being too difficult, but I am worried about some of the forced or implied multiplayer stuff that is going to kind of throw on you. So here's where you get introduced to that annoying little, or something goes wrong. I don't even remember anything, so. Something goes wrong, and then the planet Mars, present day, Elon Musk's wet dream. He co-produced this game. Or yeah, then they discover like a monolith, and then it changes everything. Copy 2001: A Space Odyssey. All this talk currently about aliens, like Mexico discovered some that look like statues that everybody's memeing on. I found it interesting how they described like the darkness in this game, though. Whatever, even though it sounds like a generic whatever, like just some sort of enemy. But they did have some pretty good descriptions to go along with that, aside from when they did that sword. And just its power is dark.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever. Great cities were built on Mars and Venus. Mercury became a garden world. Human lifespan tripled. It was a time of miracles. We stared out at the galaxy and knew that it was our destiny to walk in the light of other stars. But the Traveler had an enemy, a darkness which had hunted it for eons across the black gulfs of space. Centuries after our golden age began, this darkness found us. And that was the end of everything.
What, the game's over already?
It was
Haha.
also a beginning.
Or the way he makes it sound, you could just give it up. Okay, let them have the little orb and just go back to our normal life. Leave us alone, then. I really hope it doesn't disconnect like that we saw. Cosmodrome, Old Russia Earth. So I really like the main town, though, even though it wasn't that big. Or maybe it'll be like Anthem, where they keep unlocking parts of it at a time. And whenever I say that, it'll be like maybe, you know, not that this copied Anthem. Obviously, Anthem copied this, but still, I don't want to skip. The mechanics in these games can sometimes be so good. That's almost what disappoints me. That imagine how good this could be as a single player game, even though you can still do it like that. It's just, it feels like you're either going out of your way or you have to kind of acquiesce to it a little bit. Like Anthem, I praise the mechanics, especially of the flying, so much. Yeah, here's that annoying thing. Is if you look at the writing on it, it's a little bit mixed. Like either make it super comic relief or make it super serious. You can't really mix it, and the way they did that was very awkward, I feel like. He like brings us back to life, which we wouldn't be allowed to do in the course of the actual playthrough. I guess there is no healer class though, basically, because the three Titan's like a tank, the other one's like a DPS. Warlock could be maybe have some abilities like that, but they all seem like DPS, and that was true in Anthem too. You had the Colossus tank.
Is it possible?
You had the Ranger DPS, the Storm DPS, and the melee DPS guy. Yeah, that's what these two games were aware to me about, though, is that people, just the bashing that I heard of them, then if you go and actually objectively and try it, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe that's what it means. People rush ahead, use the orb and get to max level, and only do the multiplayer. Meanwhile, the multiplayer is bad, and it's the worst part, or, you know, then they won't be happy, or there won't be enough to do. Load times could be a little bit long, but at least here we're completely justified in our console. Lost connection to the game world. Please try again. There may be a problem with your internet connection. Why is everything giving me a hard time? Attention, contacting Destiny servers. Like, it hadn't even started yet, so that obviously doesn't count for anything, but... Or what, it would do the whole thing again? I don't know what's going on. Again, as you're even trying to play it solo, so I don't even want any of the online capability. It could just be that the servers are spotty because they don't care as much about it anymore, or it could be a console issue, which you can't really subvert and avoid. Oh yeah, that was the one thing I didn't like about the game, was the auto targeting, which on Anthem I complain about that too. Like there's auto locking, but there's also no option to turn it off. So if you use your iron sights or whatever, it'll kind of give you auto aim assist. In the context of this game, it's at least fair. Well, you can't do anything about it, but at least with Anthem, I could have played it on PC. Okay, it did do that. So, how do I determine whether I died there or not? Maybe it interrupted me in the middle of a cutscene, so it feels like that's going to happen a lot, though. So I'll die to some online internet type of bullshit issue like that happened in Diablo Immortal. Although that's more just a side effect of it being always online. Because of the... Wait, is this... I don't know if I'm skipping something I haven't seen yet, or I don't know.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
I don't know what I did.
Word. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost. And you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city.
Start off first playthrough permadeath and you're already dead. How incredible.
Don't worry, I'm still with you. You need to move fast.
What if I want to see the rest of that intro, though? Let's test something with respect to actually quitting out.
The open like this. Let's get inside the wall.
What if I... you know what, forget it. The sensitivities actually turned really crazy. Of course, that's because I'm so good at aiming. I must have been zipping and doing crazy shit on the other character. Actually, a little bit too high, though, but I guess the auto aim... See, now here's where you sometimes have to just trust the game and do what it says. Because even as much as I want to do the completionist stuff, some of my deaths in these runs do come from me just kind of wandering around and meandering and doing weird stuff. When the game's even telling you what to do, and I know what it's telling you what to do.
Back just for you to die again. We have to move.
But, you know, it'll be some sort of scripted bullshit. A good jumping capability. That might be toxic or something. Let's not find out. I have sometimes too much of an exploratory mindset.
We are going to die out here.
Would we really, though? I'm trying to test it.
We'll be safer inside.
Yeah. Or there'll be some hidden item out here. Wait. Oh, come on. What am I supposed to do with that? Hang on. Maybe this is why people don't like the game. That's why it's a legitimate criticism. So even one of these might count as a death. Like maybe where it bugged out, there was still your character died from standing out there for too long, which that would have been still my fault. But keep having these connectivity issues. I guess it doesn't matter when it's a new character because it's kind of like, you know, you're watching the cutscene anyway. So let's just watch this again and then... Is it really going to be like that? Because that's really sad. Maybe there'd be some workaround if it was actually on PC. This would be sad. I was even looking forward to this. Even coming off the failure of a series like that with WoW Classic, which really shouldn't have happened. But that was a very good RP series. I would at least defend it on that basis. And if it lasted a little longer, it would have been better, you know, good overall. But there were all like these little storylines that I was trying to tell along with it, which that game's very conducive to allowing that. Any sort of MMO, you can do that. Just, you know, the hunter and their pet and the whole, you know, you're making it like almost a real life story because if you die, it is over. So that's the immersion, just the immersive quality of it, which is why I love the format so much. Of course, a lot of people treat formats like that like a gimmick in the sense that you see how people are treating hardcore classic or whatever, but
Ouch.
So what we realized here is it's going to crash constantly, and that's going to be it, basically, because why would it be showing me this, too, if I... What if it says now, oh, you have, like, one character death? Or when you pause it, does it actually pause it? Is it one of those kind of games? I just wanted to see this cutscene anyway, so I'm kind of glad it crashed.
There you are.
It's one of those things, like, you know it's not a network issue because I've done everything else this way, too. Even on console, I'm doing Arc every week. I was doing Anthem every week.
Eyes up,
This we did just see.
Word. how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand.
Games always come up with such generic titles for stuff.
Territory. We aren't safe here.
Right, like Fallen, Ghost, like we get what they are in the mechanic of the game or what they're supposed to represent, but they don't really come up with anything clever.
We need to move fast.
Almost want to make a different character in case whatever we just had bug out counted against something. There's got to be some character stats page like that, but I guess nobody would keep track. Like, clearly this is a new character, so why should it count against me? But it won't even let me. Please try again, there may be a problem. I guess I could just reset the thing. Is this going to be the whole episode? Just me not being able to actually play because of the servers? Or it'll make me paranoid constantly, the fact that you're able to... I wouldn't even use this to criticize the whole always online aspect, but clearly you wouldn't have to deal with this otherwise. I don't even want to do anything like that, right? That would require it to be online. So why are you punishing me? Could not connect. Like, what do you mean, dude? And I looked up the thing, Anteater, guess what people said? Oh, it just means their servers suck. Because it doesn't happen with anything else. But they try to blame you. They try to gaslight the player. Like, oh, it's something wrong with your internet connection. Come on, man. At least, okay, we'll skip this and try to speed run it. That's what it'll be. We'll go as far as we can in these stretches. We'll walk 5 steps. And then we'll be able to unlock use of weapons. Dismantle 50 pieces of armors or weapons. But how? I haven't even done anything. I'm literally in the opening cutscene. Or now it's sort of loading it properly. I don't know what's going on. Crypt 25 engrams, but that's like from Ark.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Okay, just let me walk in there. I'm not even going to look around. Just please.
We won't survive.
Gives you that brief little...
Let's get inside the wall.
Brief little third-person perspective. Enter the wall. See, now I would read all this like in flavor text, or I don't know if it does actually pause it. I'll have to test that later. Let's just get through this part, which I don't really want to rush it, but here, now at least we should be safe for whatever the sake of this clown is.
Okay, I need to find you a weapon before the Fallen find us.
There are some like light horror elements with this. See, now how would I know even if it is paused or not? Or like, what if I guess there is no difficulty thing you can do right away. I don't know how you crouch either. Oh, it's B.
Quiet. They're right above us.
Yeah, is there an actual proper stealth system? Old Russia Earth, the breach. Okay, what about that weapon thing? He said he was going to get me one. Fuck. This game will be more scary than Five Nights at Freddy. Like, as much as everybody's nutting over that lately, with just wanting me to play it and stuff for whatever reason. I mean, what am I supposed to do? What if I play the other character? Like, let me just walk around in town and just test stuff. I really don't know what to say here. Is this really how it's going to be? What could it be that's causing this to happen? It's not even like, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll do a different series then, because I can't do this even if I want to. How did I even do that much there? Maybe I was just dealing with this the whole time, but I doubt it was doing this so much. As immersed as I was and as much as I was enjoying it. They were going to make a sequel actually supposedly to Anthem, but then it was like borderline. They were almost going to, but then people hated it I guess so much that they backed off. Cool. Nice intro episode. Really, 10 out of 10. Best thing ever. Like, Make it so that you can just host your own single player playthrough, and my progress doesn't even have to count towards the online thing. Just, you know, I don't even care about that. You're gonna force me to do something I don't even want to do, and as a consequence, I won't be able to do anything at all. Perfect design structure. Like, you're here, you're looking forward to it. You know, bought it like 2 years ago, all this kind of stuff, and this is what they do. This is how they treat you. Can't think of what the problem would be. Let's just do this to see where she's at. She'll be in the town. Set destination, waiting for compatibility. It could just be that they've given up on the servers completely, I guess, at this point. Old Russia Earth. Social home of the Guardians, where you can regroup. Is that basically the town, I would assume? The last city, Earth. Even that's doing it like, oh, you're waiting for a queue, like matchmaking, even though you're not, because why would the intro be so bugged? That, not to jinx it, it'll be bugged here too. I mean, think about how frustrating that is for someone like me who's doing it in a permadeath context. Like, I could maybe deal with it in a certain perspective if I, you know, was just trying to beat the game or just play the game, but if I die because of that, which is very likely, or you'll like disconnect in the middle of a combat encounter, so how can I say whether that should count as a death or not? That feels like cheating because you might have died there theoretically, and then you'll never know. So it's like you're using like a lag switch to get out of it. Holy shit. Like, I'm trying to be patient with this. Maybe I should restart the thing, but I just want to walk around in town and we'll just kind of get immersed because I'm not really able to actually play it right now, clearly. I could just do Destiny 2 instead, but I kind of wanted to do this and then we could open up the possibility of doing that later. I typically like to do stuff in order. What if I just don't do it like that and I just kind of play this? No, but I kind of wanted to do it fresh. I could do a random, like, from level 14 up permadeath run. Like, if we get some sort of confirmation that we haven't died yet. I don't like beginning series like that, though. There should be some sort of reference to how many times has my character died, like some sort of achievement or anything. Some of this stuff is going to require you to, like, some of those quests would be raids or multiplayer type stuff. Jackalite, the Hive may haunt the dreams of children, but you haunt the dreams of the Hive. I don't know what that would mean. It does, though. Oh, just like it, you wear it or something. Other seeds can be used by your ghost to draw. I do like how clean the UI looks. Like, there is something nice about it. But again, they have a cursor, so don't even blame me for bringing up the PC thing. Black axe wax idol, misshapen figure that transmutes into glimmer as you strike down the Hive enemies. Lasts a short time, definitely not made of wax. I assume they all last only a short time. I don't know what any of the stuff is. I kind of want it all to be fresh, but I don't have much of a choice because online playing Destiny. You see one person playing and then they're immediately offline. Just, you know, that's how long they lasted. Fire team leader, online playing Destiny, Grimmery score 535. Grimmery score and card details. Yeah, here's how you can buy more. Yeah, let's just RP and walk around town and stuff. Like, this is sort of a cool way to end off an episode. Like, I would, for whatever amount of time I played it, we just kind of sit here, watch, look what we're trying to protect, look why we're being attacked in the first place because of our lust and greed after the Traveler thing. Yeah, which town is better, this one or the one in Anthem? I did like how the one in Anthem kept changing over time. Like, they would keep building stuff. Maybe that's true here. You would sort of, they would make a mural after you got rep with a certain group or you help them a certain amount. Yeah, now I don't know what to do with this because it won't let me actually play the game. So gonna spoil a lot of stuff that I wanted to see again, as if for the first time. I want to look around the town, talk to everybody again. Not that there's that much necessarily to do. So clearly I didn't die on this character, so I could just continue it. But just for the sake of it, I wanted to change character. Yes. Because that much difference isn't that big of a deal. Like, how long could it possibly take me to get to level 14? Meanwhile, it took me like 20 plus episodes in Hardcore Classic, at least this one, to get to level 20 something. And so it's hard for me to say, but I kind of want this appearance, but I don't want whatever. Let's just try it. This character seems to be cursed. Like, at least it didn't disconnect me there. Maybe that's because you're in town and that's somehow easier to do, but basically nothing counts here because it's just, well, it still does if I die, but this is like, can't even let me just try it.
We won't survive long out in the open like this.
No, he's talking about the servers. We won't survive long because your servers are fucking dead. Think about what you're doing right now. You're not trying to multiplayer. You're not trying to raid. You're not trying to do anything. There's nobody else even online. And yet you would still give me this much of a problem, right, with doing this. This is what's so shameful. I'm not even trying to experience that part of the content.
Before the Fallen find us.
But you won't. You'll just kind of fucking stand here.
Quiet. They're right above us.
You're the one who's talking, dude. The Breach, Old Russia. Graphics are actually pretty good, all things considered. Like, this is... I am playing on the Series S, but I don't know how much they would have updated or anything. This is just how it would have looked. But of course, there's going to be a lot of enclosed type of areas.
Fallen thrive in the dark. We won't. We need more light. I'll see what I can do. Another one of these hardened military systems. And a few centuries of entropy working against me.
Give me a gun, dude, please.
They're coming for us.
Okay, where's the gun?
Here, I found a rifle. Grab it.
Grab the rifle. Okay, he just gave it to me.
I hope you know how to use that thing.
Yeah, it'll even aim assist me. You could say that's just a feature on the gun, like it sort of tries to crack in. That would at least be authentic to explain it. I don't have any abilities and stuff yet, so this is just like generic tutorial stuff. If it just disconnects in the middle of a combat, though, I don't know what to say. Or just in general. The game does have sort of that light horror vibe, though. Like, sometimes it could be genuinely scary. I don't know what extent the difficulty would come into play either. I feel like it let you choose something at some point. This core comic can still be satisfying, although I don't know how fun the abilities really were. I feel like there weren't really enough of them, was maybe what I said about it. Just play the whole playthrough crouch to be safe. This part shouldn't be too terribly hard, but I mean, just to be clear, this doesn't happen with any other game. Now, will it let me continue from there is what I'm curious. I'm not really counting any of this against me, though. Like, I don't know what I can do. I guess silly me to think I could actually make a series out of this. I just don't know what to say. How could it be something on my end is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is different? The goal for today is, instead of doing even an intro episode, just to try to get it to work in the first place. Return to the title screen. Welcome back. While you were away, you were signed out. Well, I don't know when I was even signed in, because clearly it hasn't been very consistent. Maybe it would let me just walk around town. For some reason, it wasn't having an issue there, or at least not right away. And it won't even save your progress. You start at the very beginning each time. Like, it'll make you watch the cutscene and stuff. So I restarted my console. It goes to the character menu here. I think this is really disgraceful, though. I don't know what to do. Like, I was looking forward to the series for 2 years. Not that I was, like, anticipating it that heavily. Yeah, this is on the Xbox. It has to be. Right, I think it's at least the first one is only on Xbox, so it's at least good that they did the sequel on there. Oh, you can hear it? So, again, I'm not counting this because disconnecting in the middle of what is going on? Disconnecting in the middle of combat is not going to be fair. But then again, it is like I'm restarting anyway, like each of these deaths, or it's not even really a death, but I would never throw on purpose just so I don't have to do this. I mean, I did want to do it. Or now we're just, you'd have to keep doing it like this, I guess. As long as I don't die on screen, it doesn't count, even if I was busy today. It wasn't too bad. Even my stream seems to keep bugging out. I don't know what the hell is going on. This game is just like maybe disproportionately demanding on your internet in a way that stream was earlier. Oh yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was trying to give this more time to make sure I could do a good long episode, but now I'm doing it just to try to get it to work in the first place. It won't even last like 5 seconds. Like, what do you mean, dude? Makes no fucking sense. I'll just walk around town and count this as a first episode, and then I'll figure it out maybe next time or between then. I don't want to do this all day. Or I should try to play something on this character, but I almost don't want to do that either. Like, how could it be like this for everybody? Doesn't make any sense. Memory score, I don't know what the 78 thing is then. Hang on. Okay, let me run around and basically just test something then. Or whatever, just do some mission. Old Russia Earth. Don't even have to do a mission, just kind of walk around level 2 story. Right, let's just see how long we can last. Easy. Oh yeah, see here it does let you choose difficulty. Or maybe there is no other option. The enemy cowers before you. If your armor and weapons are good enough, victory will be easy. But you can't seem to change it. Whatever, we're not doing this for any reason other than test it. Also, your time is 10 hours ahead of me just on the previous day. Yeah, sometimes it's the next day because... whatever, if it's crossing over midnight or something.
There's so little left out here. We were lucky to even find this ship. A Guardian can't do much to protect the city without one. But it needs a warp drive if we ever hope to fight beyond Earth. And that Cosmodrome is the only place I know where we might still find one. We survived the Fallen once. We can do it again.
It's like I'm replaying. This is what he says the first time, I think. But obviously we can already go places other than Earth, as you can see on the map menu. So it would kind of... He keeps using that canned dialogue over and over, which makes sense, but maybe since I've already done it, he shouldn't say that anymore.
The ship was recently shot down here. If the Fallen haven't gotten to it, there might be parts we can salvage.
I guess I could just dick around and test this out. But like these will be super easy, so I clearly can't die. But I'm sure I didn't anyway. So that's like the one shock ability, flash ability. That is like a grenade. I forget how the abilities actually work, which it would have tutorialized me anyway. I have a question though. Do your months start at the start of a month or like halfway through? What does that mean? Yeah, this is kind of a cool animation to show that thing, even though I don't like their personality much. Seasons. Yeah, sometimes the seasons start in the middle of a month. I don't know if you go in the water if you die. I'm always tend to test stuff, but in a permadeath run, I guess I shouldn't, like, whether something is going to be... I don't even really want to do anything, but... Holy Ghost. The only real ghost here is of the servers themselves. Why does this character seem like the servers are fine, but...
But I can call their last transmission.
Like, they don't expect anybody to make a new character, so they... disbanded that part of the server. Not to jinx it here, but yeah, I'm just that fast that I already got to level 14 in like an hour, which it took me like way more than that. Obviously, this was the whole series before.
They managed to restore an information hub here, down in the tunnels below. We should check it out.
I'm not even on a mission, but this is just like a generic whatever. They'll give you like these dynamic objectives, I guess, within an area. At least you don't have to worry about, oh, that could be another player or something, because there aren't going to be any other players. And I don't think it's really hostile towards you in any meaningful way. I guess we'll just cheat and practice, because it won't let me actually do the fucking tutorial. for some inexplicable reason. Like, how long will it last here? It won't even last like 5 steps in the other mode. So that's how the game works. Like, if you made your character before the year of 2022, you can play the game. If not, you can never do anything, and it'll just hard lock you because of the server in the tutorial. So I'll have to do it on this character. Why was the sensitivity so high on that one? Or I guess it is pretty high here. It slows down when you're sprinting. How do you switch weapons even? Why? Sniper rifle with a little fire capability. The ice one is out of commission. Whereas these are all very low level stuff. There's some big, there's like these dynamic events and boss battles and stuff that happen in the middle of the world. Can sometimes be fun, but they can sometimes be pretty unfair. Or they, you know, they expect you to be in a group or whatever. Doesn't seem like it affects their aggro range as much, though. The fact that one of these you can probably like, go down into, I guess. Like they'll aggro regardless of the fact that they're level 2 and I'm level 14. Fire a little warning shot out of a sense of honor. So which one is actually the... I mean, that's basically your melee, but that almost seems like an ability. That's weird how your seasons don't start at the same time as the month. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. They can happen, yeah, somewhere in the middle. I forget even how the health aspect works. I could just be farming experience padding here just to be overpowered going into the next mission and stuff. Because this will still give you experience, I think, even if a little bit. Only I had some definitive confirmation that I had never died, then I would feel maybe a little bit better on this character. It's possible I did, I just don't even know. Because that's one of the rare things that I wouldn't do a first playthrough permadeath. Oh, and I was just kind of doing it for the sake of it, just to try it. Some encampment here. I don't know where the objective that he was even talking about is. But this is like what you did for the main mission, so I'm basically doing the tutorial. Anyway, this would be the first thing you do, I think, after the first mission that we did. They're supercharged, which I forget how you even do that. I'll test it on the next enemy here. Is he going to be like both triggers or both sticks or something? I guess I do kind of remember it a little bit. That's your little bar on the left there. I didn't even know what that was, I guess. Whereas these kind of games can be... Oh, yeah, that gives you health, I think, back, too. What game did you finish if you're playing this one? I didn't finish it, but I died in the WoW Classic one. The one that you saw me playing the one time. I don't know how to explain it exactly. I was playing as the troll, and I was like... Yeah, World of Warcraft. How come it's letting me play now? This is so dumb. Oh, shit, I say it and they fuck me over. Never mind. Anteater, which again is just a generic... How did you die? Just to some random... I could have just run away, but I didn't expect... Like, it was some random low-level thing. Like 5-6 levels lower than me, but I still just kind of stood there and expected that I wouldn't have any chance of dying. Ran out of mana as a hunter, which is not really something you typically have to worry about. At least that one lasted a little bit longer, so I'm not really sure what to do here. I doubt it's because it's on a storage card, but I guess I could test that. I could download it back on my... I don't know. I won't have enough room then either, but... This is only like 40, 50 gigs, but Arc is like 200 gigs. And a lot of it's content that I'm not even using necessarily. Wow, this is actually sad. Please try again. There may be a problem, even though we're in the game, like right here. Previous mission summary. Angry Magic, Chaos Order, this game does have a lot of fun mechanics in it, even though maybe you don't have enough abilities per se. There's some human priest or whatever NPC in the fucking what's that place called? It's like the Northwatch Hold in the Barrens. Tower, Moon, Earth, Crucible. All these things you'll unlock later. Solar system. What is that? Oh, it would like let you choose doubles, competitive, multiplayer. It doesn't seem like anybody would actually be playing this, period. You jinxed yourself. Oh god. I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure it out before next week, but this is just annoying. You equipped it. What I hate more than an issue like this is the way they convey it. Like, it's Anteater is the name of it, but then you look it up and it just says, oh, it could be a network issue. But like, it doesn't, it should be more specific and more clear with what exactly is wrong. It doesn't even know what is wrong, so you just kind of have to try a million things. I could try to download it on the console directly, which shouldn't have anything to do with it. I could try to, I don't know, I could try to change some setting off my internet, which doesn't make sense. A lot of the posts said, oh, it's something to do with Wi-Fi, but I'm obviously not using Wi-Fi. Okay, I'll try once more, otherwise I'll try it next week. That's kind of sad. Let's try the actual tutorial thing. It seems like to some extent this would actually work, in the sense that, well, this still kind of bugged out. It makes it very hard to manage, if nothing else, the permadeath aspect, but it's just kind of annoying, period. It seems to just be a general issue they just have with the game, but I don't remember this happening much, if at all, when I was doing it then. Maybe they've given up on it a little bit. You sounded so sad saying that. Saying what? So stupid. Why should I have to do this? Mention contacting Destiny servers. I'll try it next week. Yeah, because it's kind of like stupid. This was supposed to be the first episode. At least I get, you know, get something done and then I can make a series out of it. And I don't want to just not do it either. It even shows you I got to level 14 before. So how the hell did I do that if you can't even play the game? That guy has no canned dialogue even. I feel like this kind of loading screen is fine because this is just not even to do with the online aspect. It's just probably, you know, general console loading. People will come up with all kind of reasons why it's happening too, that none of our, you know, it's impossible to even figure out what the problem is. Because it's because I'm playing on the Series S instead of an actual 360 or whatever it was even on. No, it wouldn't have been a 360. It would have been a Xbox One still. There are actually people here, so level 40, maybe that means 40 is the max level, which means I'm almost halfway there, which means, fuck. You've been disconnected. Beetle. At least that's a different one. Maybe it's giving me some clues now. I kind of just wanted to go there and actually exit out to maybe the character screen. You know why it keeps disconnecting you? I have no idea. It's supposedly, they keep giving you these error codes, but then it just says it's some sort of network issue, which clearly my network is fine because I'm even streaming it. Maybe that just puts too much pressure on it. But this game is somehow so demanding that you're not allowed to do that, or, you know, you can't have too many things running at once. Maybe clear the cache on my platform, although I just installed this. I might try to do that, like where I'll uninstall it and reinstall it on, maybe on the console itself. For some reason, that might have been the issue. I streamed 5 Nights at Freddy. Did you learn anything? Maybe a little bit, but yeah, I would just have to play it more to figure out stuff. Let's see. How do you even do that on here? Clear the cache. Okay, so I reset my console basically, which is tantamount to clearing the cache. So now I'll give it another try. I don't know if that'll help or why it would even help. Certainly it didn't affect anything else. Be the troubleshooting episode that's necessary to get this to work. Like, I just want it to be, even if it does it once in a while, maybe I can deal with it, but it's doing it like within 5 seconds, so clearly something else is wrong. But the only other thing I can think of is just they're not available. So maybe at least that gives me some security that, like, you know, that's on their end, that I'm okay with it. So it could just be bad timing, or maybe it'll always be like that. So you're trying to tell me the first time I've tried to play this game in 2 years, right, and basically one of my only times playing it ever, would have to be a time when they're doing some sort of maintenance, or, you know, that can be really unlucky, like my Hearthstone thing. Like, oh, what if they're doing maintenance on a Sunday, which they typically wouldn't do, but I have like my one time a week that I do something, and if it happens to fall on a day like that, I just wouldn't be able to do it then. Destiny is on PlayStation. Probably Destiny 2 is. I don't think the first one is, but maybe I have to find some other way to do it, because yeah, even Destiny 2 is on PC. Wait, really? I guess maybe I could try it then, but then who knows? Maybe it's not the fault of the... I feel like it's not, or at least it wasn't at that time. It was on... That was the whole reason, in fact, why I did this, because it wasn't on anywhere besides Xbox, which even this is not the one it would have come out on. It still does the intro, but then it cost you somewhere around 56. I'm surprised. How could the first one be... This was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive. They must have done it relatively recently then.
I hope you know how to use
Or no, it still does sort of continue. I'm not really counting... Wait, I can't see anything though. I'm not really counting this towards anything, but I probably still shouldn't die anyway. Please just let it be a smooth experience. This is just a test run. This doesn't count. We're just trying to do the tutorial, and then I'll just see what happens, please. Please just let me do that. For you, $89. Does sound really outrageous. There's some games which are super old that are still so much, which I don't get. But yeah, even with Five Nights at Freddy, some of the security breach and stuff, it's been out for a while, but they still maybe that's actually what did it. Not to jinx it again, but I mean, I don't care. Like, I just want to do this once in my life. Just beat the game, get to max level. Not that big of a deal. There are a lot of these like linear sequences, but you know, like there are open-ended sections that make it seem maybe like more open-ended than what it is. That guy's reaction time is worse than mine. Don't do permadeath. I mean, I might not have a choice, but I'll at least have to restart, because this one is kind of too many DCs in it. That's not even the issue, though. I can easily do it. It's just, it won't let me do it. Like, of all the things you want to worry about, that should not be something you should have to worry about. I almost feel like I just went backwards, didn't I? How the hell did that happen? Yes, you do. You're a streamer. You can choose. Well, I mean, if it keeps DCing me, which it's not now, so maybe I'll make another character. I just want to do that. Let's just play as long as I can. You could say that I should count this, but somehow the act of making a new character seems to fuck it up, because they can't process the fact that, you know, oh my goodness, nobody would ever do that, because like the game is dead and nobody has any interest in making a new character.
There's more ahead. Keep it up. A loot cache. Let's see what's inside.
I don't like the way this guy talks. He's very
Trip mines. Don't touch them.
that could certainly get you killed, or I don't think you can even shoot them. I think you're just supposed to look at my fucking aim though. Oh, you can just do that. Would certainly alert them to your presence. Okay, that's good. They're not super good at detecting you, although I said that in Ark and that fucked me over too. Just wait. I am a shotgun kind of guy, because I will just get close because my aim is so bad anyway, so that sort of helps to overcorrect for it. Clearly, I think I've decided that the Warlock class is a must, though. Yeah, I don't really have to even do that. I can just go around. But they... Oh, shit. But they can still blow up, I think. I don't have like a grenade or anything. Yeah. But that's like one of your core class abilities. How exciting. Like, wow, you can use a grenade. Like anybody just couldn't do that. Like the ranger in I just want to blow up when I'm doing something else. Right, and not be expecting it. Makes my aim seem worse, but they don't have the whole auto aim on that one at least. Of course, it doesn't affect them, which maybe makes sense, obviously, but I mean, it does if you blow it up in their presence like that. Jesus Christ. Sensitivity is almost too much. Destiny 2 is free. Yeah, this I actually did pay for. What the fuck? Yeah, nice. You're gonna wait till you get close to before it blows up. You blow yourself up. I don't have the ult meter and stuff yet. This is 1. Yeah, I'm sure part 2 would work better. Ooh, shit. Because that is more popular now and it's more recent and stuff. But I always just want to play the original. I can always play that later on. I'm sure that's not going anywhere. In fact, if this is still there after so many years, that's kind of the security that I have with some games. This will be like a boss battle. Again, sometimes these can get a little bit bullet spongy. Because entrance was so sick to just be a random enemy. Why didn't he do that more during combat? But the one thing you'll miss here compared to Anthem or maybe some other games is mobility, because I don't know how much you really have. Where'd he go? But yeah, I would spam that ability maybe a little bit too much. Makes it seem like that's the alt bar at the top. I don't know what that actually even is. Yeah, I like how your health meter is so insignificant in some of these games. Like, either it's not there at all or the screen just flashes red and then it just auto heals and you have like infinite health. Even games where that feels totally inappropriate, like Red Dead, you have regenerating infinite health. GTA 5 makes no sense at all. You do have the shotgun.
Hold on this place than I thought. Just a little bit further.
Yeah, so tight that a level 5 fucking random dude can just take care of it. Level 1, the Divide.
This was an old Cosmodrome. There's got to be something we can fly out of here.
Red Dead is a good game. Yeah, but I never understood that particular decision. Why they gave you regenerating health. You didn't have it in GTA 4, which is what, obviously, Red Dead takes after quite a lot. I almost don't want to reset now, but I don't feel like it's right to do it. You know, I don't know whether that should count or not. But whatever, let's just go as far as I can. I'll even restart maybe next time. So this won't count towards anything, but of course I won't die. Yeah, nice, nice idea there. I don't like this position, really. Yeah, like the way I would have used my shield in Anthem, like there's so many things you can do in terms of, you know, just slow pace it. But that's one interesting thing, since I haven't beaten Red Dead 1, people were telling me, oh, just play Red Dead 2 first because it's a prequel. But I feel like that's sometimes disingenuous because they still design it with that in mind, like that they're going to spoil or make little wink-wink references to the first game. So like with the Star Wars prequels, for example, imagine watching them in order. That ruins it because you already know who Darth Vader is, so that's supposed to be the big twist. It would ruin the first, whatever, the prequel trilogy. Not the prequels, but the original. What would you even call them? Because the prequels are the sequels. I guess you would just call it the original. Fuck's sake. I blame the auto aim, though I'm not used to, or that's to show that you're about to die. So generally, this is supposed to be a one life only thing, but this part is not supposed to count somehow. Original, yeah. It just doesn't really sound right to give context, like the middle trilogy. Or I have this OCD compulsion to reload every 0.5 seconds. You like Star Wars? I don't dislike it, but I'm not like crazy about it. I like certain aspects of it, I guess. I literally had to reboot my whole console, which hopefully won't fuck anything else up. I don't know what settings I would have had that would, guy's kind of sneaky somehow. Level up, level 2. Like, what that could have fucked up.
Could be our ticket out of here.
Like, as far as maybe streaming settings. I mean, whatever, I'll just deal with it. I'll notice it during here or during Arc, if there is something like that. Yeah, see, they get this little spooky music in the background. It does have a good atmosphere to it. I always compare any sci-fi type game to Metroid Prime, because that's what did it so beautifully well. Like, you're in the space pirate facility and stuff in Fendrana Drifts and whatnot. Gunplay is good, but the real problem with it is just the fact that they force you to have this auto lock on, which, as far as I know, you can't change it.
There's a ship. Clear them out.
Okay, here's the boss battle, which I don't have my ult or anything yet. But it can be sort of a bullet spongy affair, where you're able to, you know, he's gonna have the shield too, which I assume comes back, or maybe it doesn't. But imagine it could just go on forever then. That's like the one dude in Anthem who I had to use my melee shit on. But obviously take out the ads first. That's basically your health bar, despite me saying all that stuff about how it almost doesn't feel important sometimes, but yeah, it does come back, but his health won't. Oh shit. Now I don't have any ammo, so I have to go over their bodies or do something. Fuck's sake. Yeah, there could be like a hard lock situation where, you know, you just don't have enough ammo, so you can't do anything. Bad positioning by me. Gotta wait a minute. This whole infinite regenerating health does sometimes make a joke out of it. You gotta kill some of them in the close quarters and pick up their shit. I don't have to be using my melee stuff here. Oh shit, this is a horrible, horrible spot. Fuck. They did a pretty good job backing me in a corner like that. But now will they have the presence of mind to actually finish me off? No, they just back off. What the fuck? That one kill alone gave me enough ammo, so that was a genius decision, and could be one of those times where they just keep coming until you kill this guy. So I don't know where he even went. You needed better ammo conservation, I guess so. Fuck's sake. Not even that tanky. I'm just so hesitant to actually hit him.
All right. Let me see if I can get us out of here.
I could have almost died there, actually, the way they cornered me in that room, if they had the right AI to sort of pursue you that way.
It's been here a while. Hasn't made a jump in centuries. We're lucky the Fallen haven't completely picked it clean.
Will it fly?
I forgot
I can make it work.
you were voice acted too. That's weird. I don't remember that at all. I almost dislike that sometimes. Like, Fallout 4 makes that mistake of like making your character too identifiable. Sure, you can still be good or evil or whatever, but they kind of give your character too much backstory and too much personality in between the voice acting and stuff, where it takes away from sort of the lone wanderer, the Dragonborn type of generic quality that you have, where you can just be a total evil.
It's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city.
You can be a total evil dickbag, and it feels natural because, you know, you can just tell your own story, basically.
Bringing you in.
It still always makes you feel too good or too centered. Is that going to turn out to be like a
Let's get you out.
final boss, or is that just some generic enemy? That's supposed to symbolize a player that would be your ally later, like multiplayer stuff, but how can there only be 3 classes? That seems so weird. Not that Anthem really had that many more. You unlock that Voidwalker. I haven't been this excited for a Voidwalker since Classic WoW, but I haven't even played a Warlock really, so I can't even say that. You get the ship. Again, I'm not even counting this one, as stupid as that seems, but maybe I should do the other class the hunter or something. Give me PTSD for my hunter and wild that we just lost. You know, we won't even get a pet here. We'll be back, okay. At least it seems to be working now. I mean, I can try to jinx it as much as possible, but at least if we get it to work, I'm fine with it, but who knows? If I restart or do something else, it might just undo it. When all else fails, just literally hard reset your console. But it at least lets you keep the game, so I obviously would have had to sit here and re-download the whole goddamn thing then. Yeah, I do like the city. Maybe it's not big enough, though. Or imagine if it let you kind of slip off the side and die of fall damage. I'd probably spend more time here than in the game itself. Like,
safe city on Earth, the only place the traveler can still protect. It took centuries to build. Now, we're counting every day it stands. And this tower is where the Guardians live.
I should do like my Dark Souls playthrough where it's like 3 concurrent runs at the same time. I guess what made that interesting is at least the boss fights are so distinct that it's like people would be talking shit like, oh, I one-shot ONS on my first time ever seeing them, but that's because I was playing a mage. So then I'm like, fuck it, okay, I'll play through the whole game with another character, one stat only like the style I was doing, so you can only get strength or you can only get intelligence and stuff like that. So then I'll do it as a two-handed only strength only character, and of course it was much more difficult, but it makes the experience still feel distinct in that way, I guess. Or there could be like some sort of a mic setting at work here, which I wouldn't want to do. Not muted. Manually opt in. Voice output. I don't know how you even do that. There shouldn't really be anybody. Wait. How do you do 0 then? Oh, imagine if they don't give you the option to turn that off. It'd be almost as annoying as if they... But my mic isn't even connected to my console, so I guess it shouldn't matter, but I guess I don't know how this works. Manually opt in. Automatic opt-in when solo. Tab volume, I assume, is not the character's volume. I don't know. Yeah, we at least did the obligatory whatever tutorial stuff. I can't decide actually what I really want to do with this. Okay, let's switch characters and try the other chick. So today is not actually meant to make any sort of progress. It's just to see that the game works. Welcome back. Switch character, change character. It seems maybe a shame to play this class, but I find it the most interesting of the 3. The Titan is like kind of like the Colossus thing, so it's a do-over of Anthem again. I don't want to do that. And then obviously the other one is just kind of DPS, mindless, whatever. Not saying that's a bad experience, but this one just seems to fit with my whole mage obsession idea, I guess. Let's just kind of wander around here for a bit. We're totally practicing and invalidating the integrity of a first playthrough thing, but that's the whole irony of the term, is you could abuse it that way. I'm playing with my Command and Conquer. It's technically a first playthrough until you beat it, because you've never seen the whole thing, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be your first time playing.
We were lucky to even find this ship. A Guardian can't do much to
Clash of Clans. I really didn't understand that game.
If we ever hope to fight beyond Earth. And that Cosmodrome is the only place I know where we might still find one. We survived the Fallen once. We can do it again.
Even that other, it's good. I didn't really get it. I like that other one better. Clash Royale at least made more sense. But I like those sort of distinct card games. Like Clash Royale is a real-time card game instead of a turn-based card game. And then Duelist 2 is like or just Duelist in general is like
Fallen haven't gotten to it. There might be parts we can salvage.
grid-based and space-based in the sense of like Fire Emblem with cards. I must have not gotten far enough to actually see, but that'll be my review of I'm IGN, bootleg IGN. My review of Clash of Clans is it gave less of a positive first impression than Guns Up. Guns Up is at least immediately more interesting than that, even though it might be simplistic and whatnot. And even though it's the asynchronous multiplayer type stuff anyway. I mean, millions of people can't be wrong. What is that?
I can code their last transmission.
Wait, how do you do that? Is that like a bug because you're not meant to go over him like that, so he pushed you up? I don't know how you do that. Or you can kind of double jump. Not really too exciting though. Imagine being able to just fly.
They managed to restore an information hub here, down in the tunnels below. We should check it out.
Or is this the thing that leads to the tunnels? How did I die in WoW? Just to some random whatever. It was like 3 enemies together in like an unexpected moment while doing like an escort quest, and it was still kind of stupid. I could have just run away, but I didn't think I was gonna die, so I just stood there. Very strange. Yeah, see how fun this can be when it actually works? Yeah, I wasn't unlucky. I'll take full blame for that one. That was really stupid of me. I have those moments sometimes where I'm like, I'm doing good, but then I just get too relaxed. Like, there's no way I could possibly die here, and then I do. Or like in chess, I'll be up like +5, and then I just start choking. Like I'm ding chilling in the World Championship match, but he still wins, so I guess it works. No way he could have gone away with that against Magnus, though. So there are certain like random level things, like stuff that'll be much higher level, but in an area like this, I guess it's not really too pertinent. So how many of those do I have, or can I just keep doing them over and over? I almost have half of mine just to continue this character, but if it lets me actually play it properly. What if I do that? Yeah, what if I do a triple? I guess it would be kind of boring, though, because you're doing the same sort of stuff, right? You would need something to make it distinct, unless the bosses are really memorable, which I feel like they're not going to be. That's one of the craziest things I've ever done, is like 6 concurrent playthroughs of Dark Souls 1 at the same time. And I made it distinct because of the stat choices I had to make. You have to commit to 1 or 2 stats only and make like a character class out of it. So with only 3 classes here, that should be pretty interesting to do. But if any of them die, then the whole series should still just end. I do want to try other classes besides just this, but I don't think it's like picking up any. Or yeah, see, here's even like something that could fuck you over. It's going to be like, I shouldn't have to deal with this. So what if this thing kills me? I didn't want to do this. It's way over leveled. If everybody else dies, I guess I could just escape it. But it'll just like one-shot me. Noble Devil Walker. I don't know why I try to keep doing this like it's a ranged ability, the RB. Like, Anthem's campaign wasn't written the best, but it was still, I don't know, it feels like one of those obligatory things that you just should do. But then says the guy who hasn't beaten any of the Mass Effect games. Taken forces are corrupting the area. That's generic names. Taken, Fallen, oh shit. 47 meters. So I'm doing a multiplayer event. Take out its armaments. I'm doing a multiplayer thing without even meaning to do it. Right? Like, this is so stupid. What if you were to die here, of all things? That would feel very unfair. Can't really tell like where I might be doing a higher amount of damage. I can use my ult. There are a number of people around. This is at least a fun dynamic thing, I guess, because you could just choose to leave if you really wanted. But now I'm just going to run out of ammo. Unless that regenerates it too. That'd be a good secondary effect of it. Go here. I mean, eventually we would get it just because This is why they have to give you ads in boss fights in these games too, because if not, then you're able to run out of ammo, like the old Half-Life 2 thing, where you do the fucking... You have to have like a big box of infinite rocket launcher ammo. Otherwise, you could never take out the... You could never take out the gunship. So they kind of have to trivialize ammo in the one instance that it would actually be relevant in any way. You'd have to take out some ads here. One of them can give you like 200 plus shit though. Or like even some of my abilities maybe grab stuff from them. Taking Lieutenant is capturing the land, corrupting the land. These things do look pretty cool actually. Can't tell if the audio is too loud actually, because whenever you start one of these new series, you never actually know how it's gonna work. Normally I keep it on -15 to -20, but it's still kind of hard to tell. Or like your alt doesn't actually heal you or do anything, or there must be bonuses that'll let you do that, but where does that captain keep going? Yeah, see, people will inadvertently help you, or they'll just sort of be around, so it can't be helped. Their shields do come back, which is very annoying, mainly on this think of just the ammo aspect. What the fuck? What is that ability? They might be modeled after actual player abilities that you might have. Great idea. Try to finish him off with melee. Roy, Fall, and Walker engage at will. Yeah, time's running out, even though I didn't intend to join this thing at all. How would you even know? Take out its armaments like you've played this before or something. Or maybe he's just guessing what you have to do. I thought nobody's ever played this because it's on Xbox only, and it's like, I wonder if it really is on PlayStation. That seems weird. It wasn't even on PC. You keep holding the trigger down when you're aiming at the dirt. Typical description of my aim, actually pretty accurate. Revive, no revivals allowed. It's not just permadeath for me. Kind of hard to do anything with that. So even if we fail this, that certainly doesn't count. Yeah, here we have a problem where it forces you to auto aim. So of course, event complete. Bronze tier achieved. But the guy's still there, so what happens? Or I get it, by failing the achievement, he just leaves. So what a bad outcome that is. All we had to do is fail and we win. And we get peace. There are actually people here, so that's interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what I want to do. I kind of killed my mood of trying to actually play, so maybe I'll save that for next week. Because I don't want to jinx it or cause something else to fuck up. I have some sort of temptation to maybe try some of the other classes too, but that would be like just very tedious. Look at Discord. Okay, I will. Let's delete that because obviously we did the tutorial, but that doesn't count. Hopefully it'll be kind of clean and not. I won't delete that just because whatever, just to show the shame of me calling it a first playthrough, even though I got to level 14, which is such a big deal clearly. When the max level maybe is only 40, which I thought it was much higher than that, or that would include other expansions and stuff, I guess. Okay, just to give this episode some substance. So now we'll start for real, and this everything will count in this. And so it will be all my fault or whatever. And so I will do this. I'll almost try to recreate the same character. I mainly like the appearance of her a lot. I forget how you make it actually look that way. It's going to be a female here, but she has like a certain quality to her face that I really like, which I can't figure out from this. Or like just the fact that she has no hair either. How do we keep getting it before? Like we just keep resetting. Stream is fine. Oh, I just mean like the whole episode has been like me just, you know, trying to struggle to get this to happen. How does this happen? Maybe if you leave there, then you come back. I just want it to look exactly the same as my chick. I guess if you just take away her hair, it might be... I can't tell exactly what face that is. It looks like very rounded almost. Be like that. So just get rid of the hair. And still doesn't look quite right. Yeah, I should only get the one try. The way you could do it in a game like this is you could say 1 life per character, 1 life per class, like I sometimes do in MMOs, but I won't necessarily do that here. This should like really not stand out, basically. Like that's pretty good. I like the blue eyes there. That's actually pretty sick. Be pretty much nondescript. I like that. Okay, so here we go. This is the game for real. I'll even watch the whole cutscene again. So this will be like the 3rd time, or maybe like the 1,000,000th time, including troubleshooting. But basically, you know, I've at least seen it the first time I did it. Or maybe I shouldn't, but whatever. It's fine. You discover some monolith on Mars called the Traveler. It changes life. It makes a utopian paradise. So there's some sort of good lesson in that. Like, what if we just say, fuck the Traveler. We don't want it anymore, and you can have it. Right? And then the darkness will leave you alone. But maybe that is actually what would happen, too. But people are too greedy. Doesn't work, play it on PlayStation? Yeah, I guess since it is on there. I didn't even consider that because I didn't know it was on there. I wonder how long it's been on there. Does that mean when I first bought it in 2021 that it was playable on there? Because I was positive it wasn't. Same. Or yeah, for all I know, it must be on PC now, too. Because why wouldn't it be? Or there is some sort of bootleg way you can do it on PC anyway, like through Xbox Game Pass or something, I guess. But for some reason, that never records properly. To maybe make you want to play Starfield or something. I deliberately stagger when I play games, in a sense, like the games that I like the most or that I think I'm going to like the most, I wait a super long time to play them. It's weird. So I tend to not like to play stuff right when it comes out. So the kind of game I'd be very willing to play, if he falls off there, he'll have like a total recall moment, like where he busts his helmet and his head blows up in like some animatronic whatever. Some kind of claymation way. Arnold at the beginning of Total Recall. Yeah, that's my only real gripe. What the fuck?
The Traveler.
2014.
And its arrival changed us forever. Great cities were built on Mars and Venus. Mercury became a garden world. Human lifespan tripled. It was a time of miracles.
We already have a world record. Number of times you've seen this cutscene.
Our destiny to walk in the light of other stars. But the Traveler had an enemy. A darkness which had hunted it for eons across the black gulfs of space.
I wonder how many people like Anthem more than this.
The Golden Age began. This darkness found us.
Certainly not part 2, though. Everybody seems to love that. Even Shroud was playing it, so that shows you when Shroud is going to play a game like this. Not that he's against games like that, but just somehow I wouldn't think of him. He's played WoW, he's played Counter-Strike, but he's like a very serious person. He's kind of like me in that way. Not that I'm comparing my skill or my aim or anything to him, but he always had like a more stick in the mud type disposition. Destiny 2 released on PS. Yeah, I knew Destiny 2 was multi-platform, but I don't understand this. How could it have been there? I think I even looked for it. Or I just assumed it was only on Xbox, so I never even... Doesn't matter. As long as it works, so who cares? In fact, I've been sort of favoring Xbox for some reason. I was playing Ark on it. I guess it's because I'm doing the Game Pass thing, so I'm playing like all the games on the Game Pass in order and doing like a little mini series out of them, which is not what this is, but I thought it was an exclusive. That's so weird. I've been lied to all this time. Or it's one thing if they change it later, but I guess I don't really know anything about it, so who cares? But see, it's one of those things that gets stuck in, you could call it development hell or development heaven. Like Destiny 2, what about Destiny 3? Because that's been out for so long now. Oh, they'll never release Destiny 3 because they'll just keep doing updates forever and ever and ever. It's like Plants vs. Zombies 2. Although there is supposed to be a PvZ 3, it's almost like, you know, they just keep updating and milking it in a way. Like there didn't need to be an Overwatch 2. There could have just been Overwatch 1.5. Just keep updating. That's basically what Overwatch 2 is. They just add a couple heroes. They just change a couple things. There's nothing really that distinct about it. So I won't explore around or anything. Just go straight, do what he's telling you. I don't know if you even can die out here.
Guardian?
I'm the type who would find something like that out, though.
Worked. You're alive.
Guardian's still better than Freelancer.
I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost. And you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city.
That was my favorite joke from Anthem. It's just, I go into it and they're calling you a freelancer. So I'm like, what the fuck? What am I, gig doctor from Fiverr? I don't remember your character have voice acting in this at all, actually.
We won't survive long out in the open like this. Let's get inside the wall.
Just the titles in that game are so unbadass. Like, the monitor. Like, what are you, a hall monitor from middle school? Blowing a whistle or some shit? You're a freelancer versus a monitor. And then Tassin's name was kind of underwhelming, too. There might be some hidden secret out there, but I wouldn't dare to look for it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm the type to do the first playthrough permadeath format, but I also don't play it safe. I'll actually go in and explore and take my time and experiment and do stuff I don't have to do.
Right above us.
Trophy guide for Destiny, it would take 3 playthroughs, 100 hours, 7 out of 10 difficulty to platinum. Interesting. 100 hours? A lot of it's going to be multiplayer related stuff, though. Now, this light you would think would be a dead giveaway, especially since they hate the light.
Hang tight. Fallen
Yeah, and then he makes a big fucking spectacle out of it.
Need more light. I'll see what I can do.
Almost looks like I'm sinking when I do that.
And a few centuries of entropy working against me.
The trick of the light. Look how goddamn conspicuous he is. These games actually need more of a stealth system sometimes, where, like, as an option of playstyle, or either that or healers. Those are two things in like a team-based game. They usually have the tank class and DPS classes and stuff like that, but they won't have heals, or they won't have necessarily stealth. I guess some of the people feel like melee-ish, where you could pass it off that way. And I already have some of these things memorized, so I'm clearly cheating. But usually the beginning of a game is the easiest part anyway. And I don't think you can influence the difficulty here, but once you go into a... Or maybe it just tells you what the difficulty of an area is, but it doesn't actually... It doesn't actually let you choose it, because it said easy on the one thing that I just went to there. It's such a drag fighting these. Yeah, I like my objectivity actually sometimes, because people were shitting all over this game and Anthem both, but I've enjoyed both from my experience with them at least, so I don't really care what other people think. It was a double-edged sword. On one hand, I don't really like the multiplayer stuff, or I won't even say that, but I don't like rushing into it. But the flip side is that I'm willing to take my time and just enjoy the rest of it. Whether it be like an MMO too, like, I don't care about the end game.
Let's see what's inside.
Let me just get to that point and then I'll enjoy it. There's two sides to the same coin. It doesn't mean you don't have to do one, but
Don't touch them.
I'm actually trying to touch it. I'm not trying to take his advice there, but I'm very bad at it. The sensitivity is kind of whacked out. I guess I could try to change it. Or that's not what I meant to do. Or, I mean, obviously blowing this up into them would be very nice too. Yeah, like that is what people always say with anything, like an MMO or some such nonsense. Just, you know, oh, why don't you just get to max level and then play the real game? Which I'm not even saying that's not true or that's not how developers think about it. But if it's like that, then I would just skip the game and say, fuck it, I don't care, you know? I won't even play it at all. That's a good little tactic to get through. I at least like that mechanic. And of course, you can use it against your enemies as well. Like right there, should have killed him. You probably shouldn't worry about it in the middle of combat. Gotta make sure nobody gets behind me, or that one seemed to almost blow up on its own, which they don't typically seem to do that. You're trying to tell me I could be playing this with a mouse right now? And the whole irony of that is my aim is so bad that it would actually help me here to play it on console, because, oh, you have the auto aim assist kind of dumb shit. Whereas on, you know, PC, you wouldn't have that. So my aim and my performance would actually be worse there, but I still prefer it. I'd rather suffer from that and actually have full control over it than this, but I guess it's okay. I was even saying, oh, this game sort of is a good reason to validate consoles because, like, you know, oh, it's an exclusive thing like the Halo games typically were, or something like that. Is this where we fought the boss guy, or... I think that was maybe later on. One of these guys did some crazy acrobatic thing. On the 5,000... Oh, that's the one you just voted for on Saturday. The 5,000 channel points. So, like, you can vote for one of those that I'll do this Saturday if you have another 5,000 to spend. But, you know, I'll kind of keep changing what's on there. And I'll be very willing to take requests for stuff, but I won't always do that because... like for what I put on there, my priority with that is like something that is about to go offline or something, you know, obviously I've never played before, maybe something multiplayer. War Thunder, okay, maybe I'll add that for next week. Kind of too late now because I've already planned what I'm doing this week, although I guess if somebody voted I could still change it. I often decide them at the last minute too. Running out of ammo can be a real issue.
A little bit further.
Dungeons and Dragons Online, I think I wanted to try. It's an MMO. Actually, I think I've wanted to try that for a while, but I somehow keep missing the chance. A lot of what I've done have been MMOs.
There's got to be something we can fly out of here.
Here it turns into a whole chaotic encounter. Never played Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I mean, it's always associated with the RP aspect of stuff, but in the context of just a proper game like that, it must be, like, take inspiration from it. I don't know what the lore of it really is, though. Like, I played Star Wars MMO, Old Republic, I played Lord of the Rings, I played all these different ones that I had never played. It's a very time-consuming genre, so it's hard to really commit to one. You can play the same one for like hundreds of hours, like I did with WoW, or like people do with whatever the rage these days is. We shouldn't just stand out in the open that much. Why did I not think that was the health bar at the beginning? So they haven't introduced the ult and stuff yet. In fact, they hardly have introduced your class abilities yet. We're starting off generic, like the, you know, like the ranger. And that's even how Anthem tells you, if you choose the ranger as a class, you're such a basic gamer, because that's what you start with no matter what your class is, and then you turn into something else later. But it is one of the 4 classes, so you can still choose to do that anyway. Here, at least, all 3 of them feel distinct. I actually want to see whether this is on PC or not now. It'll still be console exclusive, though. They'll somehow fuck you over like that. Like, it'll be on everything besides PC. Letting myself get a little bit too low where some stray explosion could fuck you over. Does that actually full heal you when that happens?
Could be our ticket out of here.
Alright, so you have to be careful with the whole ammo management thing here. Upgrade unlocked, but I don't know how you actually do that here, or if I should worry about it. A little spooky vibe here. They do drop ammo pretty generously too. My tendency to reload so often is maybe one of the things that could get me killed this type of game. Of course, my brilliant performance in Anthem goes without saying. First playthrough Permadeath hard mode solo, even though obviously it wasn't perfect. Just be aware if you ever do play Death Stranding, it's very slow to start out with. Yeah, I should play that at some point.
There's a ship. Clear them out.
You know, he lost his shield, but now I'll walk out in the open and just get fucked. Or maybe not. He really wasn't tanky at all. Base is the place. Gotta rely on them having that stormtrooper aim. It's really embarrassing to die in a game where they're regenerating health, like GTA 5 I always make fun of as a Permadeath playthrough. Oh, it was so easy because your health is always regenning. You gotta catch them in some sort of tight corner, kill them, get the ammo, then come back. Like that maneuver I just did last time was pretty brilliant because I pulled them in here, killed one, took his ammo, but it wouldn't have worked if they had just chased me. Right, so we get 92 from that alone, which should be enough to finish these clowns off. I tend to use maybe the melee a little bit too much. That was true in Anthem for sure, too. Who is hitting me? Okay, not bad. That was our first little mini boss thing.
Let me see if I can get us out of here.
In the first 2 hours, there's only 40 minutes of gameplay. Yeah, it might be very story focused. That's reasonable.
Been here a while. Hasn't made a jump in centuries. We're lucky the Fallen haven't completely picked it clean.
Will it fly?
I can make it work.
Is that really our voice? It was kind of too cutesy. It doesn't match the serious sort of vibe we were trying to give. Like our face and no hair and stuff was supposed to be like we're very, I don't know how you would describe it. Like we're very robotic without being the exo race or whatever. We're just very like bland and serious, mission focused.
Okay, it's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city.
Almost as monotone as me.
Above that transmitter. Bringing you in.
The little zoom in on that guy would make you think, oh my goodness, he's really a big deal, but they can't even deal with a dinky ship. If it was a really badass villain like Darth Vader, he would just force pull the damn thing down to the ground. So maybe that's all I really want to do this first episode, not because I really did, but I'm okay with that. I just want to look around town, I guess, which is where we're going anyway. Advancement, Vortex Grenade, Voidwalker, Glide Voidwalker, which is like the double jump thing. Let's see, precision kills 53. Yeah, that shows you my aim is so fucking bad. Grimmery score 540. I don't even know exactly what that means. I thought it was like gear score at first. Arcadians were the most common jump ships during the Golden Age, used for both terrestrial and planetary excursions. Their remains have been reported around most Earth-based ports. I don't know what that guy made after Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima. There was some big drama, like he was getting ousted by the company he was working with, so he had a big fight with them. And then he made his own, like, spin-off games or something. Because he was always known for Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, this part is my favorite thing of the whole game. The town itself, just kind of walking around and doing RP here. You go in at the end of an episode after doing a mission and just look through your inventory and whatever. And of course, you're not under any danger of dying there. But like, is this just where the thing was originally found? Because I highly doubt they just moved it around. So they built around it. Yeah, what if the real danger is it just sort of loses its gravitational pull and just fucking falls down and it'll turn into the moon from Majora's Mask, where it just slowly starts to crash down on top of you. That's going to be the twist ending. whatever, the darkness is going to corrupt it.
The last safe city on Earth. The only place the Traveler can still protect. It took centuries to build. Now, we're counting every day it stands. And this tower is where the Guardians live.
Look how many players there are. Oh wait, those must just be NPCs because there wouldn't be any players. Although maybe there are because we saw some kind of running around before. So let's just talk to everybody in town, look at all the menus and stuff. And then we'll be off. At least we've done the tutorial, so that's good enough in a 2-hour plus episode experience, just troubleshooting and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that was a pretty face. Baron, House of Devils.
Yes, Ted.
The Warlock Rises new step. Tower Plaza, last city Earth. So we can just kind of admire the sights. This is what we're fighting to protect. He's sort of giving it credit that retired gamer. Very fitting game to be playing, I guess, because this game is about to be retired too. I don't know why it would have the third-person perspective in this game and in Anthem both. Like, it would have both perspectives, but it wouldn't let you switch freely between them. That I find sort of strange. But, like, I remember when GTA 5 Remastered or whatever is coming out, or is coming out on PC, and it's like, wow, you can now ride vehicles in first person or something like that. You can play the whole game in first person. Like, that was one of the selling point features of it. There might not be really that much to look at here, but just it'll be a lot of vendors for like end game gear and stuff. Little janitor there. And that could just be one of those exobots, so that could be one of our race if we chose that one. Instead of just looking at it like it's a generic robot. You can sprint here as well. You can crouch here even, so there's so much functionality. When would you ever need to do that? Is there going to be some story event later where we're going to have to sneak around or we get killed in town? Arak Jalal, Dead Orbit.
Darkness comes.
What have you seen out there, Warlock?
Dark tonight, isn't it?
Action Allegiance. Support Dead Orbit. It will not be easy. New battles await us among the stars, but we would rather fight on our terms than stay crouched in this coffin as the darkness closes in. We possess the hope the traveler gave us with his dying breath. We will not allow this hope to wither on a dead earth. We will see it amongst the stars. You just used the line among the stars, dude. We get it. What are you, Dr. Breen? Where he says our true destiny awaits us among the stars. Like, whatever, his propaganda in Half-Life 2. This badge identifies you as a supporter and ally of Dead Orbit. Supporters gain Dead Orbit reputation whenever they earn Vanguard or Crucible reputation, may purchase this faction's gear. You can only hold one allegiance at a time. You can only change allegiances once per week. So I'm obviously not doing it. I just want to see what it is. Motes of Light donation. Increase your faction standing by donating Motes of Light for use. I mean, a lot of this stuff is going to concern the end game anyway, but it's just kind of cool to look at. Glimmer is the currency of the city, a programmable matter used as a source of power before the collapse. Glimmer is shared between all your characters. Wait, what? Does that mean that I'm benefiting then from something that I have from my level 14? I mean, I'm not going to use it anyway, but... Or I'll have to keep track. So we start at 25, so anything I get now will be usable, but I won't count that maybe. I'm going to go play Death Stranding. Do you want me to stream? Yeah, sure. I'll see if your VOD thing is enabled, actually. Dead Orbit only grudging... Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, no, 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 no. It was going so good. No. Fuck. Not even like because I was AFKing or something, because I was still moving my thing around. There it goes, Tower Plaza. Now, because we're in a non-combat area, that certainly doesn't discredit the run, but I have to wonder why it would do that. Okay, see you later. I was talking about immersion and RP in areas like this too, but then I'm jumping around and crouching like a clown too, so that kind of breaks your immersion. Like, why would you actually do that? Maybe it's just something to do with this NPC. Take care of that. Okay. Increase stuff by factions. Heavy and Worm Spore, Dead Orbital Allegiance. Heavy ammo synthesis, special ammo synthesis, armor materials, weapon parts, mode of light. Endling gloves. Okay, I won't look at these in such detail. This is just endgame stuff. Requires level 40, which would imply that that is indeed the max level.
Tell people about us.
Yeah, tell people about us. Advertise for the game, even though there are no people. Vanguard, Quartermaster, so it's going to be the same thing. Like, join our faction, too. Roni 5530 maintains a stock of select weapons for those proven among the Vanguard. Level 40 endgame stuff. I guess this is more low-level stuff that I could buy, but I don't think I would even have to. I don't think I would have to be part of their faction to do it. I think you can just do this, period. Right? Like, what would require me to do this? This weapon gains increased reload and handling when there are 2 more enemies in close proximity. When all is around you, chaos is dependable. Okay, I won't worry about. I would read normally all the flavor text, but I'll read it like maybe once I get it. Or I guess there's not that many though. Whatever, I'm not going to. Legendary Mark 60. So I'll pretend like I don't have any of this stuff just to make sure we're not getting some benefit of, you know, from our other character. So I'll pretend it's all at 0. We start at 25 and we start at 60, so anything above that will count towards this character. If we're even going to use it. A lot of it's going to just have to do with endgame stuff anyway, but I guess the Glimmer is for a lot of things.
For a new set of wings?
Shipwrights of the Tower repair and commission the ships of the city's guardians. So I guess we can look through these later once it actually gets to the point. You have to be level 8 for these. You have to be level 5, 15, blueprint. Base model, experimental jump ship.
Take care, Guardian.
Oh yeah, you do have to get one of those somehow. Maybe not from her, but just like you have to do it in the context of doing those other missions, so I must have done that. So these are some of the expansions. The Taken King, I don't know what SLR is, SRL, Crucible, Eververse Trading Company, Rise of Iron. So I don't know how relevant those things are going to be because you might not be able to do a lot of that till max level anyway. Very dark corner over here. I don't mind if it, you know, saves the crashes just for the city, by all means, but it'll happen in some very high stakes, tense moment. Unless there is some way that you could die even here, then I would count that too. I'm very strict with my conditions. Like, even if you say, oh, I disconnected during combat and I didn't die, I would still count it because you never know what would have happened, right? So it makes me very uncomfortable to have to deal with that. It's a very nice area. Do some little hookah stuff. You still have that little chanting music in the background. Future War Cult.
Well, hello, Warlock.
Action Allegiance, support Future War Cult. What does the future bring? We alone have the answer. It has always been war. War, why does it look like there's no space between these? I guess it's just tight. War between humans. Yeah, like, let's make fun of the font. Like, what is this, Helvetica font? Like, fucking Avatar Papyrus thing? It is a very generic one that they chose here. War between the humans, war between species, war between light and darkness. War is the fundamental fabric of the universe. Dare we deny it? Will you help us prepare? Accept allegiance. The badge identifies you as a supporter and ally of Future War Cult. Supporters gain Future War Cult reputation. Yeah, here's some advice. Maybe you shouldn't call yourself a cult and people might be more likely to join you. Whenever Vanguard, Crucible, and may purchase factions gear, you can only hold 1 allegiance. Yeah, okay, we read that. It'll be probably the same stuff. Mode of light. Different requirements, high level stuff. Cool, cool. It's possible I read every single one of those items too and all the flavor associated with them the first time that I played, because that's just how I am. Even if it's not something you're ever going to get in this playthrough, I would still just do it. If there's something to read, I'll read it, even during combat, even if it gets me killed sometimes, somehow. Of course, I never die though, so that's a moot point. Yeah, this area isn't that big, but I had a certain liking for it. But like I said, maybe it'll expand later on or change. Because when you do have a hub area like this for so long, but I wonder how that would work along with other players too. Because in the Anthem one, I don't think other players could ever be present there, whereas here they can be, which means the changes might not happen or they might be instanced just for you. This dude's just like me, where he's kind of appreciating the sights. I can't tell if it's going to be like the people are actually talking or if maybe people can hear me. You would think it would show some sort of feedback or UI. Average Let's Player walking by, going on a stream of consciousness, even though I used to be very much the antithesis of that kind of. Tower North, that actually kind of scared me, like I was going to fall into a pit. Just a puddle.
You're always welcome among us, Warlock. Just
Executor.
see if we can help each other out.
National agents support new monarchy. What separates us from the darkness? I don't know if this has to do with one of the expansion things either, or I don't know. It is neither our technology nor our strength in battle. It is our mind, civilization, and potential. Why else would the traveler have chosen us? Well, you stumbled upon it. I wouldn't get too egotistical about that. You just it just happened to be around Mars, and you just happened to discover it, like the way that Ryuk says to Light. It just happened to fall on the ground, and you just happened to pick it up. The last city can be more than a cradle of refugees. It cries out for a guiding hand that can bring out its best. Okay, so all the same sort of stuff. Tell your friends. They all want you to advertise. Tell my friends what? To get to level 40 and spend legendary tokens on your random stuff? It's not like the average person is just going to be able to do that in this universe. An artist with micro material programs. Eva provides Guardians a way to customize their appearance. This is like the Prospero clown guy. Clearly the most important thing to spend your resources on. Rune of the Machine. I guess I'll save looking at the stuff in detail until I am ready to actually spend some stuff on it. Like, access emblems. What is this? Access shaders. Shader collection. Again, Rise of Iron, Taken King 2. Taken King 1, House of Wolves. The Dark Below. I don't know, like, which of these would be... What does that mean? Wait, why are there so many? Factions, activities, activities 2, SRL 2, raid, vendor 2, promotional, holiday, Eververse, okay. What is this? Ages of Triumph 2, 3, Rise of Iron, Taken King, House of Wolves, Dark Below, Factions, Crucible, Trials of Osiris, SRL, Raid 2, Class Starter, Class, Vendor. What, you can just get it? Like, it just requires you to be the Warlock class and nothing else. I'm not going to get anything now, but whatever. Promotional... Legendary, like what is it requiring me to have then? I always love that in games. Like, there's something that they would give you for free just for playing the game, but they'll still make you redeem it somehow to try to get you addicted to the idea of doing that, where you'll end up paying for something later. Or I don't know why they do that.
What have you found?
I kind of didn't remember this area being so big. This is access holiday items. Holy shit, so many of these things. Masks. Oh, this would be sick. Look at that. Found in Treasures of the Lost. Well, if it's found there, then why would you... This mask can be discarded and reclaimed at the holiday kiosk. Damn, some of these would be pretty sick if you can just wear them all the time. This, I had like some big cutscene here talking to somebody, but that comes later maybe. Can't really look at those in any special detail. I wonder how good the lore in this game is, because Anthem's wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. At least they put a certain amount of effort into it, but I guess it's a good problem to have, but everyone's expecting, oh, it's BioWare, so it's got to be top of the line and this and that. And, of course, the fact that they're shoving multiplayer stuff down your throat maybe makes people annoyed, but then again, they embrace that. It's just it's maybe not good enough. Grimory Progress, Ghost Fragments, Warlock. What does that mean? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. The Speaker, an ancient scholar of the Traveler. The Speaker keeps special items for Guardians who explore the light's mysteries. It'll be also all level 40 stuff, but this guy is like one of the maybe key NPCs that you're going to talk to a lot. Right, he'll be giving you some main story mission stuff. The Martin Sheen of this game, I guess you could say, with the way that he voiced the guy in Mass Effect.
Welcome back to the tower, Warlock.
Yeah, I love Mass Effect 2. I just never finished it. Maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't want it to end. By some of the stiffness of movement and the cover and all that I did criticize a little bit. But like, you can't crouch, you can only latch onto cover, and you can only vault over it, you can't jump. Like, it was very contextual, almost like it was made for console in mind. But I can't believe this is on other things. How could I have not known that? I just always dismissed it for that reason too. Maybe it totally couldn't be on PC unless there's some sort of other workaround weird way that you would have to do to be able to play it. Yeah, between missions and stuff, we can always take breaks and waste all our resources on all this cosmetic shit that it's showing us. Because most of the stuff that isn't cosmetic is also too high of a level to really appreciate. I wonder if it would let you jump off that if you really wanted to. Everybody's level 40. Like, I want to see somebody like me who's actually just playing the game. Like, for the first time, or like normally doing some sexy parkour on the boxes. You can save that one for later. Yeah, everybody would be so fascinated. Like, why is this guy not max level? They even give you an item that turns you into max level. So even if it is your first time playing the game, that would be the expectation. So I find that strange. And I'm not even saying, like, what people should or shouldn't do, but it just feels like there's this compulsory vibe that everybody does everything the same way. Bounty tracker: when a Guardian's prowess in the battlefield is required, bounties are posted here. These could be just like random generic quests you can do. Can't interact with that. I mean, this is what I would have done anyway, but I would have done probably more missions, so I guess we'll save that for next time. This is a true first look at every little thing. There are a few weapons the Banshee 44 has not seen, and fewer that he cannot fix. So yeah, this is your primary go-to for getting weapons here. And I don't know at what point maybe they scale up level with you, or this is not going to just stay like, oh, he's selling level 4 weapons like the whole game. That couldn't be. This we just looked at. I guess we saw everything in the other direction too, so I guess I'll just do I kind of wanted to save this middle area for last, but
Hey, Warlock.
this is like the bank check. Treasure of the Ages item contents are not refundable. Silver. Treasure of Ages, a box of Everest treasures to celebrate an age of triumph. Highly likely to contain an item not currently owned. Well, that's 100% likely because I don't own anything. Equip the shader to change the color of your armor. Buy silver. Item returns. Item returns are available for a short time after purchase. You can return up to 30 of your most recent purchases. Like, imagine putting loot boxes in a game like this, but of course that's the whole point of the thing, of the business model. I thought she was the bank chick though. Where's the bank chick that's like
Checking for messages.
postmaster?
Checking.
Deliveries and messages are left within the postmaster to be collected by guardians when their travel brings them home. You have no messages at this time. But she didn't say it. She just said checking, period. Access Silver Dust Store. Silver Dust Vendor. Mystery bags, consumables, ornaments, ornaments 2, ornaments 3. Ornaments 4, 5. Vehicles, vehicles 2, shaders. Shaders 2, Sparrow Horns, Sparrow Horns 2, 3. The masks I do like quite a bit. Oh, this is just like combining a lot of those other shops into one. Emblems, miscellaneous, emotes, emotes 2, emotes 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm the kind of guy who would buy emotes just to RP and stuff, even on my own, without even... So where was the bank? I don't get it. I swear that chick was supposed to be the bank lady. Or maybe this is just the bank, period, and I just associated it with her. Yeah, we have absolutely nothing here. We're certainly not benefiting from... or is this from my other character? Because then I shouldn't be allowed to use it. But how would I even keep track of that? What? Mode of Light 25. I just have to remember what's here and just not use it. Spark of Light. Use the Spark of Light when you are in the Tower of the Reef or the Honor Temple to immediately increase the level of one character to 40. May only be used by a character who is not level 40. Social space. Mode of light, brilliant spark of the traveler's light can be consumed to apply experience to your equipped gear. We have no weapons in there, but I don't know what these things are, so I'll have to... Level 12, level 12, level 13, level 11, level 13, 15. It seems like the kind of stuff I would have been saving on the other chick, on the other character. So I'll just have to remember what it is and not use it, obviously. Did I check up here? Or I guess it just kind of leads to the same thing. Yeah, we talked to this guy, Banshee 44. There's no staircase leading up on this side. Let's see. Cryptarch, Master Rahul.
We have the greatest respect for your order, Warlock.
Crypto-archaeologists decode the past and our enemies, seeking new discoveries and matter engrams and artifacts returned by the Guardians. Legendary engram, legendary mark, 60 out of 60 engram with complex markers. Cryptarch should be able to decode it into a piece of armor. See, like, now by doing that, you might have a situation where you get some super high level overpowered item, which you could even do in Anthem. Like even as I was playing it, if I had done that, it would have given me like something way stronger than my level to use, and it would have let me use it too. It's not like there was an item level level requirement, but I obviously just chose not to do that. So we'll try to get everything very organically just from the levels that we're doing, or we can buy it with the resources that I earn, but basically it'll be all kind of limited in scope. So there's a below area and there's an above area, and that should pretty much be it. The vault inventory management, I spent certainly a good amount of time on. After everything, every mission, I you know, have to get it just right, sort everything out.
We have stopped it.
Eris Morn, Crota's Bane.
The Emerald Flame, his sword. You've held it.
Among the last of the Guardians who faced Crota, Eris works in shadows to bring about his end. Have they really even told us who Crota is, though?
Know when to run.
Is it like maybe the voice volume that I turned down? Because they seem too low compared to everything else. Cat volume. Let's see if that changes her.
Crota waits. There is so little time. Listen for the shadows.
Let me try to compare it. But it's not like you can turn it off, apparently, ever. So it's just fucked. Not muted default, but that's the music. Game volume 100, opt-in, speakers only. I'm assuming that's part of the game audio.
You're learning.
Okay, we'll leave that. Obviously, we can't really do anything. I'm just kind of looking at everybody. There's not really much flavor to be found here, but whatever. Crucible Quartermaster. Crucible is demanding place in Archite 9940 assist shacks in arming Guardians to withstand it. The vehicles could be pretty fun. Oh yeah, you can use these like out in the world. I forget exactly how, or it took me a super long time to realize that you even could do that. I think I was able to as well.
No better time to gear up.
A veteran, really, when the game is completely dead, this is the best time to do it. This guy's a used car salesman. Lord Shax both arms and oversees those who seek to forge themselves within it.
I will see you around.
Which one is like the Warlock specific quartermaster? I feel like it's in this general area. Down in the depths. Just like how you have to go to the basement in WoW. They hide in shame and obscurity. Titan Vanguard, or they'll all be here, I guess. I feel like I didn't use the chops and stuff too much, though. Exotic weapon blueprints. They kind of hide some of the stuff away in a way that's easy to miss. Like, all these will be unique. These little screens on the side of the walls and stuff. I feel like even this will be different. Exotic armor blueprints. Requires discovery to unlock in the kiosk. What does that mean? Like, missing exotic blueprints. Warlock Vanguard, Hunter Vanguard, Titan Vanguard.
What's up? But she never faced the Cabal, did she?
The darkness feeds on the night, Guardian.
Oh, this is what I had to do anyway, I guess. Speak to Ikora Ray. Welcome to the Tower, Warlock. Today you begin your training wielding the light against the unsated... No, Warlocks actually prefer to use the darkness themselves, shadow magic, an unsated maw of the darkness, and I will be here to guide you in your journey. Actually, let's... Wait. How would I...
We expect great things of you.
But yeah, let's talk to everybody else first.
Across the system, our enemies are regrouping. A last
gasp in the wake of our recent victories.
He looks kind of like me, actually.
Call on you once again.
Complete the Shadow Thief strike. Old foes among the Devil Splicers, the Hive, and the Vex of Return Guardian. The Vanguard would call on you again, Zavala. I mean, I would pick everything up just for the sake of it, I guess, but complete a Vanguard, weekly, elite, bounty, and any Rise Strike of Iron playlist. These bonuses are available. I'm not really trying to decline it, but maybe that's what it'll count as.
Strong, Guardian.
Ask Rahul to come see me.
I've got what
Hunter Vanguard. Saddled with the tower duty. So, like, it basically says Warlock should be a human if you were trying to RP properly. I should have been a human Warlock. I should have been an Exo Hunter, and I should have been a Titan, whatever I am now. I forget even the name of it.
What's the latest, Guard?
Or wait, he doesn't even have a quest for me. Saddled with tower duty. Cade 6 dutifully advises armed hunters who seeks him out.
All right, I'll be right here.
You have questions?
Okay, so we'll accept the quest.
I knew you'd take care of it.
Accept the Warlock's cash. As a new Guardian, you are respected and supported. Accept these robes, travel with wisdom. Warlock's initiation. Provisions for the new Guardians. A set of Warlock, field weave, and a stash of glimmer to improve and buy other gear. Equip a new armor. To equip armor, press that on the character screen. Fine.
I've got a good feeling about you, Guardian.
Or whoops. How does it know the exact keybind that I'm looking at when I could be on PS4 or something? Some games don't actually do that properly. They'll change the prompts, match what you're on. Field weave armor guards the body with invisible layers of the Warlock's own light. It'll just keep that in there. Oh, there's like a little mini menu in there. Oh yeah, I didn't look at this at all. Actually, let's wait. Let me talk to the other guy.
What is it, Guardian?
Because you have to look at the top part, and then I'll look at my menu.
System, our enemies are regrouping.
The Shadow Strike Thief. Okay. Complete the Vanguard. Like, I'll accept it, but that doesn't mean I have to do it. It's not going to be like my WoW playthrough in that sense, where it's completionist run. If I pick up a dungeon quest, I actually have to do it, or I'm not allowed to abandon it. Just to sort of keep me a little more on my toes and alert of what I'm doing.
See if you can get Rahul up here.
Wait, so what did she even tell me to do, though? Let's go up to the top. Yeah, so there's no, like, super interesting or notable NPCs, to be honest.
It became our grave. Let it become theirs.
I always think they're going to stop talking, and then they keep going. Like, nobody's really too interesting here. Mostly just vendors, and mostly just endgame vendors at that. What is in this back part over here? I feel like not a lot. But this will be a more peaceful area away from the players if you want to look over the balcony. Always need these nice little calm before the storm hub type areas where you're going to be spending a lot of time here in between every missions. I always like it. But maybe it's not big enough, though, now that I think about it. Wait, there's literally nothing at all here, though. What the hell? How can that be? This is literally just for me, sightseeing purposes. Yeah, I didn't look at maybe the shops as detailed as I would have liked to. But next time we can actually play it properly, assuming that you're able to, just have it go smoothly. A little bit of parkour and stuff you can do on the boxes. Kind of suspicious about this area. Like, why is it so empty? Some event maybe happens here later sometimes. You don't really get a very good visual here either. Huh. Let's go up to the... Actually, there should be nothing else. I thought this was the last area, just the top. There's literally nothing there. Unfinished part of the game. Even after all these years, they just gave up on it. So, let me look at my inventory, quests, and stuff like that. And we can, like, unlock... You have to keep going in this menu and sort of unlock the Warlock ability or whatever. Yeah, that's kind of a sick image. You have that in the background. You could use this as a thumbnail or something. You have the planet in the background, or the traveler. You have the city, everything. Let's look here. Roster, I don't really care about. You are not currently part of a clan, and I don't want to be. The Guardians called on us to join others and face challenges, so that's not going to ever happen. But I would arguably abandon it if that means it's taking up space. 4 out of 32. The Devil Splicers have utilized Siva to bring Tanix back to life. He must be more machine than fallen. He must have been more machine than fallen. Complete the Shadow Thief Strike. That seems at least like something I should be able to do. Quest step. Requisition of a new weapon. As a warlock, our most powerful weapon is knowledge. In the field, more direct methods are required. Speak to Banshee, the tower's gunsmith. He'll arm you well. Early days, you are light in the darkness. Always remember you are a beacon. Guardians like you will keep us on the path, make us feel safe at night. We look to your light to make our lives brighter. The tale of a warlock on a path of the darkness. What does that mean, though? What are you supposed to do? I love that. It's so generic. This is like a Yarrow quest thing. He tells you like a whole little fucking story about freelancers, but what is the mission that we have? Quest step. The tale of a warlock on a path out of the darkness. So it's just a generic thing. I guess it's ongoing. This we have to talk to the guy. This we have to do Devil Splicers. This book is a companion to the Rise of Iron. Complete records to increase your rank and unlock rewards. Record book competitive spirit. This book is a companion to Sparrow Racing and Vanguard Elite. Complete records to increase your rank and unlock rewards. Record book Age of Triumph. The book is a companion to Age of Triumph. Celebrate victories. Okay. Triumphs in the light. Oh, the one time I want to skip it. It doesn't. It says something different. Against the darkness and write a record of your triumphs against the light. Would that tell me how many times I've died? Because we need that as a confirmation in case of some unexpected event. Those who stared into the void are not bound by the laws of space and time. Low armor, medium recovery, low agility. Now, that's just the nature of their class, but obviously that could change based on what I'm wearing and stuff. So here you get a little choice options, but at least the first one you don't have a choice. A grenade that unleashes a vortex which continually damages, or maybe you could save your point and only unlock it when you want. So like you'll get to a higher level and have like 5 things active that you could choose from. But whatever, I'll just do it. A grenade that launches a vortex which continually damages enemies trapped inside. Binds to LB. A lot of these are just like very generic type of abilities, but some of them maybe, I don't know how much choice you really have either. Right now, it doesn't seem like much. 5 attack, an ancient weapon, battered and worn, but it still fires true. Perhaps it's been waiting for you. High rate of fire, Preacher MK, the perfect close quarters tool. The Preacher sets the mind at peace. That's like where your ship and stuff goes. Generalist Shell, born from the Traveler, built of machinery and light. The Ghost is your companion and faithful guide. Yeah, get rid of that clown as soon as possible, but it'll just like change the armor around him. Born Spark, fabricated by your ghost using nearby mass. The field weave handles life support and little else. Born Spark, fabricated. Okay, it even uses the same name. Code Fire. Field weave armor guards the body with invisible layers of Warlock's own light. Born Spark again. Potential Bond. A Warlock's bond is both a symbol of focus and power. Your ghost jury rigged the simple example. Light. Your light score is an average attack defense values across all your currently equipped gear. A higher light score improves both your damage output and your defense. Yeah, the only thing that might invalidate the run on a surface level is, wow, you have all these shared resources from the other characters. I'll have to keep track of what, we had like 25 of the Glimmer, and we had like 60 of the epic tokens or whatever it is. Intellect reduces the cooldown of Nova Bomb, allowing you to use it more often. Oh yeah, I found it funny how little these stats actually do. Like, it doesn't say it increases your base damage or anything like that. It just reduces the cooldown of Nova Bomb, which is like your ult or whatever, I think. Or maybe it's the grenade. What is that? Wait, what was that called? Vortex grenade. Like, it'll just complement one of your abilities only. Find and equip armor to boost this effect. Discipline increases decrease the cooldown of your grenades, allowing you to use them more often. That's all it is, though. One thing. Strength reduces the cooldown of your energy drain, allowing you to use it more often. I think that's the one that I really liked. Just sort of face tank everything and spam heal from it. Happy horn. Blow your own horn. Once equipped, press B to sound your horn. Okay, so I guess that's already equipped. But how would that work with respect to crouching? Isn't that what B normally does? Or you have to be inside the ship, or this isn't even the ship, it's a speeder. Count Dooku speeder meme. I don't know how you even use that though. Arcadia class jump ship. Arcadians are the most, so I have the horn for it, but I don't have the actual ship, or I don't know where that would go or what. Vehicle. You do not have any vehicles to summon. Arcadians were the most common jump ships during the Golden Age, used both for terrestrial planetary excursions. Their remains have been reported around most 8 Earth-based spaceports. Yeah, who needs No Man's Sky when you have this? But it won't let you fly freely, obviously. There. Okay. I don't actually know how you emote either, actively. Nothing here, so this is just good to show what we have. Silver, rare coins struck during the height of the Golden Age. How ironic. You got silver during the Gold Age. Something's wrong with that picture. Brightness is fine. Screen bounds is fine. Audio, I just can't tell whether chat is supposed to be something else. But it shouldn't be happening anyway, I guess. I just don't want it to be like the NPC volume because I can't really tell. That's off. Look controls is fine. Controller behavior. Auto look centering is off, but not the what do you call it? Not the auto aim aspect. Full default. Controller behavior. Look controls not inverted. Look sensitivity is 5. Button layouts default stick. Like, would one of these things allow you to puppeteer? What the fuck does that mean? Would allow you to turn off the lock on? I guess probably not, because I don't mind how it currently is. So I guess we did enough here. So we would just do some of those quests next time. That's kind of a nice pose even to end off with. I didn't do much, but I obviously got fucked by the whole aspect of the game bugging out and constantly DCing, which thankfully only happened once here on this character, and it thankfully only happened in town, so hopefully we can make a series out of this without that being an issue. You have to talk to the gunsmith guy, and I have to do the whatever that other quest is, but right now I can't I don't even have the ability to interplanetary travel, so I'd have to do something to get some sort of engine for that. There's always that old Russia place that we end up going to for the missions here. Okay, so that's at least good. We have that going to come back to. And there's nothing really too notable that we got. Like, that's just generic trash. But I wish we could almost just dump that to... because it is shared, which I find very annoying. Right, like that could really screw me up, because then it's like, oh, it's a first playthrough, but you're already starting with all this benefit from something that you shouldn't even have in the first place. Maybe I should do something more. I kind of don't want to, though. We at least explored the town. A lot of it is just generic stuff, cosmetics. A lot of it is just, you know, end game stuff that you can deal with as well. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Or actually, I should show that too, to show that I'm somehow not cheating, but I don't see what the cheating would be. All right, switch profile, change character. Are you sure you would want to quit and return to the character screen? I mean, I guess it should save it actively, but sometimes it wasn't doing that, at least when it would DC. Like, you should be in the same spot, and you should have those quests accepted, everything like that. Level 6 on the light scale.